want to update everybody just in case you don't know what's going on. It's a lot of people out here that don't know what's going on. There's a lot of people that know what's going on looking for people that don't know what's going on to try to hinder what's going on. But it's all tricks and stuff like that to find people to expose them. It's like, let's say you're not used to being a free man like me. So your mind only wraps around slave thought processes. But if you're a person that's used to being free or used to having slaves, like for example in America, you're used to the same tactics and methods you've always used to keep the slaves down, to keep them in subjection, and to keep the rotation of your economic system going. All right. But I wanted to say, if you don't know what's going on, the nations around the world are extremely angry, and it is there's a tension with America that is something they can't quite handle. But it's like they're how can I put it? It's like there's a war going on, and there are people at the front lines, but the front line has been taken over, and now they're running towards the back line. The secondary. Now, you have a lot of people in the other nations and stuff like that because of social media, we came a long way from pen pal days. Because of social media, they've been able to find their lost family. Now, what America is stupid about is history. Stop thinking the world don't know things. Stop thinking the world don't have history or history books. And when you erase history, you don't tell the people what's going on, the world gets mad, but it's more like they're mad, not understanding why people don't, they're not thinking that y'all the type of people that are that extremely disrespectful like that. But through social media and a lot of information and talking and a lot of, stealthy type stuff, people were able to realize and understand what happened to their people and things like that for over the thousands of years. More specifically, we're talking about the tribe of Gad and the tribe of Reuben, that came up out of Syria, and some went, and then some of the other tribes of Israel that went into the India, Bangladesh area and all that stuff like that, and South Africa, Ethiopia and all that, and then migrated later over here. That nativity was late over here. So they're angry. This is why you're seeing Kim Kardashian go to India. There's something going on that required her presence in India that America couldn't stop. They couldn't hold it. There's a threat level so high that America can't get in the way of it. No matter how hard they try, they can't get in the way of it. You have like I said, you have Korea, you have China, you have Japan, the Philippines, and things like that. These main four nations we know are in America. Then you even have some people from Malaysia and things like that. And don't forget Vietnamese people. These people are here not because they want to be here. They're here because they playing a game with America. It's a tit for tat, but they don't know the history fully of what happened here, how they got or obtained this place called, the system that they have. They don't know the full story or the history, So they're just here. But in the process of them fighting their own warfare with America, they're looking at certain people like bystanders and things like that. But it's like you have to start learning. So once people started learning, then social media start coming out with the internet. No, it was like we had Chinese people in our cities and in our hoods when I was coming up. So I was young. Go to the Chinese store. You go to the store and get a cold cut or a convenience store. I'm like a little boy, a toddler, and there's Chinese people in the stores running the stores and stuff like that. They started having to learn about the people and what was going on here and the histories and stuff. But at that time, all of us didn't really know. It's like we're learning together. All you had was encyclopedias and stuff like that. So you didn't have the World Wide Web. You didn't have WikiLeaks and stuff like information on a global scale. But when internet start coming out, you had people like Africa. We didn't even know Africa was beautiful. So that means people in Africa probably didn't really get the education or maintain the education about their people. Some of their people being enslaved in America. It's just a bunch of a melting pot of what the fuck is going on, and so much time in between all of this stuff that what you think is gonna be the same old feelings and emotions aren't. People are feeling some kind of way. You got free people of the nations or whatever the case, and then they come to America and see their people and be like, yeah, I'm a slave. Imagine how that fucked you up. Imagine you're an American Caucasian person, right? You're a Caucasian man or whatever the case. And let's say you go to the UK. Your mind's so fucked up that you're disrespectful to the monarchy. And you're not realizing that they're your royalty. You answer to them. You listen to them. You could visit the UK and never make it back because they get off with your head. No matter if you're the president, they get off with the president's head, and what the fuck they gonna do? You know, they have authority over every Caucasian authority in America except for the Europeans. You know? Now, that's the thing too. It fucked you up. So with the UK, it's fucking them up that you got these Caucasian people in America trying to maintain slavery in the economy of America to keep fighting back any enemy threat. But then they got Africa on their fucking heels like, yo, what's going on? So then Queen Elizabeth gets snappy as shit. Queen Elizabeth, she gets snappy as shit. And she's like, yo, I need to start signing shit. I need to start traveling places. I need to start going here and there before these African people start running up in our shit and start fucking us up. And ain't gonna be no royalty, ain't gonna be no monarch. So she gotta get on her toes early and start signing shit, start meeting people, greeting people of different nations, and start trying to look for information. She got to open up Cambridge University and start collecting sacred texts and information from all around the world that she can collect can compile the scriptures together in the Torah and the information about the history of the slaves and stuff like that. She got to repair the identity of the people. That was always her mission early. Then when she got into her elder age, it started to become a part of a certain collective group of people, and I'm one of those people of the collective group. And she went out looking for anybody that have lost family in America, and it so happened to be pretty much every nation aside from the Asian nations. Really, you know, they still had some power and stuff, but it started to be like the Middle East, as you call it, Africa. It started to be India area, Bangladesh, and things like that. Nepal, Sri Lanka, and things like that. It started to be those areas where their people they came over here, but the history wasn't fully known. Then you started understanding, hold on, our people left. So then there was a hope on that, because it's like, well, if they left, there were feelings and emotions, not knowing why they really left. So now we at the time now that the queen is dead, I can finish the story and shit. It wasn't that everybody just left. You had a mixed multitude of feelings and emotions, but the original initial reason people left was to leave paganism. The reason why they made it here is because they was with the Most High Creator. That's how they made it here. Otherwise, he would have made sure they didn't make it here. You got these small little ships. They not really fit for the ocean like that. So the Creator had to help them out by keeping the water still and stuff like that. And they made it across, because they wanted to serve the Most High Creator. They wanted to serve Yah, because Yah needs to be served, right? He is the creator of all existence. But you have people, it was a big deal back then. You had people murdering people that was not bowing down to cows or paganism and stuff. So it was a heavy thing. You're in fear for your life, like Egypt. You're in Egypt, but let my people go. You're trying to leave slavery and stuff like that. They not trying to let you leave slavery, and they want you to worship cows and stuff like that. All kind of stuff. And you, like, the creator's like, no, let my people go. So it was the same stuff. You got aggressive people, just very, very aggressive and vigorous over your people because of some reason, and it's the times that they were in, the heat of the moment, of the times that they were living in. As of today, we can't really feel it like that. But in those times, it was real heavy. Pagan word in the heat of that was real heavy. The first one was Assyria. Assyria was the first one, and we left out of there from from the kings of Assyria. It was many kings of Assyria, but the kings of Assyria, Salmanassar, the main one they talk about, was the one we left out during his reign. And there was another one where Hezekiah, the king of Yehuda, which is the fourth son of, what I'm trying to say, the royalty comes out of the tribe of Yehuda. So the Yehuda, Hezekiah was the king at that time, and he helped his people get free and things like that. And so they were able to run away and come back home from Assyria. But it was like during those times, some of the people were enslaved and some of the people weren't. So it was always a battle to get their people back. You can't assume that all of your people left for some bad reason or some crazy reason. It could have been just, I'm just going to go over here and then I'm going to send for you. Or I'm going to leave and I'm going to come back. You're not thinking you're going to leave and never come back. You're not thinking things like that because you're with your brothers and family. You're not thinking you're going to have opposition like that when you're not going to be able to make it back. So many different types of stories that people have had in this migration or in this nativity to America over 2,000 plus years ago, before there was a such thing of America and nobody was living there. The land was given to us, the indigenous people, the tribe of Ephraim and stuff, which are from also the same, they're Israelites too, but their people are still resting in the areas of Lebanon, Palestine. But the point of this is, you got to realize that what we're doing over here in America, as you call it, is affecting our family abroad. Why? Because social media is out and the connection and the links are coming back together through the bloodline. So everybody's automatically linking and connecting together through people that are seen to be strange people or strangers all across the planet, but it's our family. The blood is connecting again. It's disconnected because the ocean is in between, but we're reconnecting through the airways instead of the ocean. So now that we're reconnecting, or whatever the case, the feelings and the emotions are coming back. The desire to know, because it's hard for them. Like, you have people today that are in India, right? We got advanced technology. They can just catch a plane over here and then go right back. It just don't take that long no more. What took a year and a half is now taking like at the most a day, 48 hours at the most. If you know what I'm saying, depending if you got a couple stops and stuff, 3 stops and stuff, depends, but it doesn't take a year and a half anymore to travel anywhere on this planet or to get information sent back and forth on this planet. We so advanced that we're at the point where we are able to reunite and reconnect, whereas though America took advantage of the lack of information, the lack of communication, the lack of connection. They took advantage of that because of the waters and enslaved us for such a long time. And 500 plus years, it fucked their heads up to make them think that the world don't give a fuck. And them being so secretive and special agent and detective, they think that they're the best detectives and secret agents on the planet, not realizing it's the people aren't stupid out here. They're looking at you being a secret agent, and they're secret agents too, and you belittling them. And so the belittlement of America for hundreds of years, it exposes them how they've been treating us. They belittled us so hard. It's many reasons how they were even able to conquer us and stuff like that. They used a lot of tactics and deceptions, and they used us against ourselves. Some of the brothers, when we got over here, were at straits with each other. They were clashing with each other, not agreeing and stuff. So they were taking advantage of these things, and was having us come against each other and betray each other and stuff like that. So it wasn't just straight up these random people who we all don't trust just taking us over. They knew how to be deceptive, and they were real good at lying and stuff like that. Smile in your face, but fuck you for real. Yeah, man. A lot of brothers came over here with good intentions. Like the good intention brothers, let's stick to the good intentions. So the good intentions brothers are brothers like me. I'm still serving the Most High Creator. That you can tell by my lifestyle and my desire and how my heart is. You can tell the Most High made sure I stayed right, because there's a story that needs to be told, right? So I didn't get led astray. So the story that I need to tell is the story that I'm telling with my life that I'm living. So I can't lie. The what I chose to do and how I chose to, the paths I chose in life tells the story or whatever. So my words don't, what I'm trying to say. So You have good men that came over and were like, yeah, we're gonna, there are many brothers over here. Let's go over here because they got they I heard that they made it. So and then you don't want your wife to get in trouble. You don't want your wife to be in danger. So what you do is tell your wife to keep shaking and baking and flaking the people here just so you can stay safe and eat. And I'll go, and if I make it, I'll send back for you, you know. And when I send back for you, you can come here. But what happens is something you didn't expect. A lot of betrayal, a lot of bullshit. Next thing you know, these colonizers come over and shit. Christopher Columbus and them, and shit happens with that and shit. So it was a lot of mess where you didn't expect what happened with betrayal of brothers. And so whereas though you were thinking that you were free to do and move, you weren't free to do and move. They kind of like imposed the same type of imprisonment on you that was when we went home. So let's say I'm forced into a certain kind of lifestyle because I don't worship the way the mass society of people worship with Hinduism or whatever. So they block me off or whatever the case from being able to do anything until I submit or whatever the case. So when you finally make a way out or escape, you go over here, think you're free. It's the same shit. You have to submit, and that's what it is. Like, it's the same bullshit. So now you can't come back to your wife. Some bullshit happens or whatever the case. You end up dying, or whatever the case, you just try to survive and find a way. But while you're trying to survive and find a way, you can never reach back to your wife. So your wife, she lives and dies. She lives and dies with the hope of her husband coming back, or not sure if her husband, she's completely fucked up because she didn't hear from him. He just left. They made an agreement, and the agreement was that he's gonna, and he never came back. In the process, he's living his life, never able to get back, and he ends up with a new woman, But it's a good thing he was a good man, because he didn't tell his new wife any lies. But the new wife wasn't really your wife. It was fucked up because a lot of the women, they wanted to leave, not because they wanted to eat. They left because there was some shit going on in their life. So they wanted to escape from the shit going on in their life. Like, they could have been a woman that wasn't a virgin, or she committed adultery and shit like that. And you know how we can be as men. Yes, I still had an energy in me too, but slavery has taught me a lot of humility and meekness. So the Indian blood in me is not as aggressive as it would normally be if I was still homeborn or something like that. Whereas though if your woman betrays you, you will kill her on kill the shit out of her ass right there while she's standing, and who the fuck gonna stop me? And it's like, yeah, that energy could be in me still, and it do be there a little bit, but I calm it down by learning how to reason and talk and be wise and use my words to try to like figure out her MO and what's the reason, so I can really have a real reason to let her go, harm her in a different way instead of like physically harming her. I can hurt her in a different way, like stop her from being with anybody else ever again type shit. Still the energy is there, but we try to find another way to do it and shit. But because promises of marriage and things like that, you just don't betray your promises, things like that. You don't play like that with people's hearts. So same thing with them. Just as aggressive the men are, as aggressive the women are, which is why the energy in the blood, the rage in the blood still rages on. Because a man will slap the shit and stomp the shit out of his wife if she denies him and shit like that. Depending on the relationship they had and the pain in the situation, they'll go crazy or whatever the case. Sorry about the disrespect, always in the fucking background. So the rage and shit that they be having, but the women could be the same way if their husband betray trust and stuff like that. They could be the same way if their husband betray trust. Yeah, man, it's just been a long time. So it's a careful situation. It's a real careful situation because Kim being in India, she could have got murked by a woman because she's one of the ones that left and ran away. And it's like, hold on, you ran away? It's like, yeah, I'm of the descendants of the people of the natives or whatever that ran away. So it's looked at like you a woman that ran away with the men. And it's like, why would you, in a woman's mind, it's like, why the fuck would a woman want to traverse the fucking ocean with a bunch of men running away and shit. Like, you know, and all of the other women are scared to death. Like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna stay, you know, you just send back for me and shit. You the bravest woman in the world really trying to go. So you thinking all of the women collectively together that didn't leave with their husbands sitting down like, yeah, you know, where's so-and-so at? She left with the men and shit. You know, stuff like that. Like, what the fuck? So bullshit like that was happening. And your life lived shows it. You know, it shows it. Depending on the woman, you get, just depends on the story. So for Kim's story, you're grown up, you have a father that is a good father. He's a good lawyer. I mean, he's a good Torah-based man. He knows the Torah in and out. He teaches his children. But his own men betrays him because they have a different agenda as they starts to unfold. Then they get him murked secretly, and then they keep it hush, and now his daughters are left without, or whatever the case, and his son is under attack all the fucking time. So now his daughters gotta shake and bake and do stupid ass shit to make themselves look like something that they're not in order to survive, but really they have an agenda to get back even because you killed my fucking father type shit. So it's not what you think it is. So it can look like a certain kind of way. So depending on a person's life lived, the story tells itself what was happening to the different brothers and sisters and families that were migrating over here, and how the betrayal started to happen. Like, people came over to serve the Most High. Some people got privy to be like, yeah, we gonna serve the Most High with you, but they was lying and came over here and did some bullshit and ended up doing that demon shit over here, doing that demon shit real hard. The intentions weren't pure. So that's how you get a lot of natives be like butt ass naked doing that African shit, doing that demon shit, shaving their teeth to be sharp and shit. You know, they be killing people and shit. They started worshiping other wrong gods and shit while they was here. Started doing dumb ass shit that was not serving the Most High Creator, just doing a lot of demon shit. So that's how it ended up being like that. They started turning and shit on the Most High, and the Most High gave them depraved minds. But those who held on, they stayed safe, but it was always a warfare between tribes and shit like that. And that's not what we came over here for. But that warfare persisted because the Most High was giving us the promise of having this land. But that promise got halted with the fighting and shit. So in the midst of the fighting, we got colonized and taken advantage of by the betrayal of the different tribes, or the battling between the different tribes. And so here we are today and shit, trying to wise up and shit, recognize going into certain uncharted territories that we normally couldn't go into because the tribes won't cross certain tribes because shit was that fucking heavy like that. Now we crossing into different territory on the sake of who the fuck are these colonizers? I need your help. So that's how I ended up coming across an Aztec brother, and I'm a Cherokee brother, and we multiplied and all that. We multiplied so hard that we made up names and shit. Cherokee, this, that. We made up all kinds of names and shit. But the ancient brothers that died fighting, when you see them or whatever the case, you know that they're from home. We came from them. You know that they're from home 100%. Like Victorio, okay? Victorio has like a Spanish type of name, but Victorio is a native. I had a bunch of pictures. I don't have the pictures in this phone, but the pictures of the natives that came over here, how they looked. They were dark brown or brown, and they had straight hair. The women had long straight hair. It wasn't weave, it was just straight hair. We didn't mix with the Yehuda tribe of brothers or the African tribe of brothers and stuff. We didn't mix with them yet. You know, we mixed with them later because we started dying off. So we mixed with them, finding out they were brothers of the tribe of Israel. And so some of us came up with curlier hair than others and shit. Okay, and some of us still stay brown and shit. Some of us stayed brown, some of us lightened up because the colonizers got us and shit. So the colonizers would take your women and just have breeding farms and shit, just fuck the shit out of your women and shit nonstop, and just use them for breeding women. Just have children. Then they come out white as shit looking. But you know, the blood still boils, and anger and rage. So we take over the bodies and keep with the agenda, you know. And it's been persistent for a long time. The reason why we forgot our ways because a lot of brothers, when they betrayed the Most High, the information of the Most High was kind of scrapped in a way, or they took our stuff and twisted it up and stuff, so we lost our way, and now we had to find our way back to the Most High Creator so that we can fight back or whatever. But now that the whole world is knowing and seeing what's going on here in America, it's been like a prison for such a long time. For 500 plus years, it's been like a prison, and brave souls have came to America to fight because shit was happening in their own countries, like Vietnam. You know, killing their people and blowing shit up in Vietnam. They gonna come over here with some friendly shit, but the whole time was like, yo, you blowing my people up. I'm gonna come to this fucking prison. It's like a point of over. America was like a point of no return. When you come, like a prisoner of war, when you come to America, there's no way you going back home type shit. It's like, cause it's cut off from the whole world. Canada is just at the top, just like, you don't hear shit about Canada ever. Them niggas is the quietest mouses you ever heard. You don't know nothing about that military. You don't even know if they got a military or a police force or nothing. You don't hear shit about Canada and America. So it's like you don't hear shit about nowhere else except America when you inside of it or whatever. So it was a big ass prison zone and shit like that for a long time. Like I said, in them pen pals days. And we came a long way. And now that we can reconnect with our family and the native lands, I mean our homelands, our native, you know, the land of our nativity, you know, I'm trying to say our original homes, we can tell them the story what was going on with everybody having different reasons why they came over here and shit. But it shows in your lifestyle, man. It was all about the Most High Creator, the true Creator who called us out from there so we can serve Him and not keep dying from them wanting us to serve cow worship and shit. So He pulled us out of there. But then it started getting sour and shit like that. So with the Queen, it was like not her specifically, but it was the family agenda or the monarch agenda to have slaves themselves and stuff, and to stop the slaves or to stop the people from migrating and stuff over here. It was a big agenda, you know. But by the time she came into office to be the Queen, she started realizing that the monarch was in danger, and she started realizing the history of the betrayal and stuff about, you know, the 13 colonies and, you know, things like that. What do they call it? Whatever, the colonies or whatever. The betrayal that happened between them and their people softened them up. So it was a lot of shit that happened that softened people up. Like the Indians, it softened us up. We so fucking mixed blooded. We softened up so hard that we mixed with so many different races so that we can survive. You know what I'm saying? Because the pain and the rage. You know, the Queen, they started having so many people come to the UK that was like missing family members and shit over here and shit because of the betrayal that happened. Oh, you gonna betray me? Fuck you. Who you want to enslave? Okay, I'm gonna go to India and find some family members and shit. That's 100% what it is. I'm going to India. I'm going to these places, the people you trying to enslave, and find family members and stuff like that, and fuck you up. Africa, them too. The only reason it's been a long time for the tribe of Yehuda is because they're the only people that's actually slaves. Like, meaning they're the only people that actually came here through slavery because they're running from something that they did. Their ancestors killed the Savior, murdered the Savior and shit, murdered innocent blood, and start running for their lives. So shit was taking such a long time because of them, but we just mixed blooded with them too because we realized some of them were good. Not all of them were guilty. You know, so we were so desperate that we even mixed with them because we realized that they were the royal tribe. And not all people are bad, right? You have the no-name people that is good that you don't read in the books and stuff. These people aren't written in the books, but they good people, good as shit. If they, you know, we should have wrote about them, you know, type stuff. So yeah, man. That's why the connection is so strong like that. And people trying to realize or trying to figure out how to cut the connection, but it's not going to happen because what Americans aren't realizing that they enslaved us for 500 plus years, Indians, okay? And they've been at war with us. We never stopped the war, shorty. From the East Coast, we never stopped the war. We stay hard, shorty. We stay hard. What the fuck are you talking about? We stay hard. So I'm just on the West Coast now, but on the East Coast, we stay fucking hard. I don't give a fuck. We'll shoot at the police if it get that crazy. You know, and just try to shake and bake and, you know, keep it pushing, whatever we gotta do to survive. But when mix with some, or get some more people over on our side. Who coming over? Korea? Yeah, get the Koreans over here. Fuck is you talking about? You know, and try to survive. But we've been fighting, but we have been enslaved or pushed in the corner and shit like that. So we've had to like submit and compromise, you know, but because of the tribe of Yehuda, they invented the EBT system. And we've operated the EBT system because we built the whole shit. So if you ever came to America, Indians built the whole shit in the tribe of Yehuda, meaning the slaves and the Indians together built the whole shit. I'm talking about in the north. In the South, the indigenous of Ephraim came and they built all of that in Mexico and all of that stuff. Ephraim and Manasseh and them. But the dark faces, the Indians, the tribe of God and Reuben, we had the North. We built all this shit that you see North America. East to the west, we built the whole shit. You talking about social media days? You just coming in. We built this shit already. You just making repairs. You know what I'm saying? So when an Indian come over here and see all of this America, you travel America, get an Indian to come, like a natural born Indian that never been out of the land before, or whatever the case, that don't speak English or nothing like that, an older person too, bring them over here to visit and have them just get on the Amtrak and then drive the Amtrak train from New York or Baltimore, Maryland or something like that, and all the way to California, so they can see how fucking long is this railroad. Like, yeah, this railroad, it's gonna be like a 3-day journey. The journey gonna be 3 days on a train. And then you seeing this railroad go that long? Yeah. And you see extra railroads going other ways and shit too. So who built all this? And then it's gonna fuck you up. The more of America an Indian see that's homeborn when they come and visit, the more that they see of America, the more rage that they'll have if they realize or know their history, that we built it. This is our land. This was the land that was given to those who wanted to serve the Most High of the Indians. But though we was mixed blooded Indian and Gaudi, still we were blooded, Indian blooded as well. So still, it's their land as well. So it's just a lot to say about that. But nevertheless, the point still stands. You're looking at something that if you want to serve the Most High Creator, you can live here. But it's been hijacked by Satan and shit. That's all. But this is still our land. It's rightfully ours. Like if you went to China, it's rightfully China. You know what I'm saying? But somebody could come over and hijack it and call it, American China or something, or Chinese America or whatever the fuck. They could change the name and shit and, colonize it. And you got Chinese people huddled up in corners and shit, fighting for their lives, holding on for dear life, trying to, push these people back and shit. It could be that. That's what happened to us. But it could be that. Just because they changed it don't mean it's not their land. They just changed it and took it over. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is those of our family members that are free and are homeborn cannot fathom being out there people being enslaved. Because if you have Indians over here enslaved, that's the same as saying you can enslave all of us. And when you say make America great again, what are you trying to say? America was never great, or in the sense that the people who run America, they put hands to work. They never worked on the land. They never built a thing, ever. We built it. They made us do it for free, all the way to the point of dying and not seeing our families again. We built this place from the ground up, everywhere, every corner of it. They never did a thing. They just sat back like royalty, sipping tea and shit, and just being in rebellion to the queen. So the queen is like figuring out how to fucking kill her asses, and she did before she died. Figured it out. Got that social media world jumping, start getting the information rolling, and start, calling different nations and stuff to come live in her land, and then start telling them shit like, yo, your people over there enslaved and shit. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like, it wasn't all bad, it wasn't all good, and she's ratting like a motherfucker. The ratting continues through the princesses. Princess Kate, Princess Catherine, Princess Anna. They ratting like a motherfucker. You got Diana though. You got Diana, but you ain't get nobody else. Ratting like a motherfucker. You got Diana and you got Tupac. You got Biggie. You got the early people because it wasn't a social media world yet. It was still the imprisonment. So they can, they can corner your ass. Now you got social media, TikTok, Instagram, and all this. You can't hide. You can't hide. Now it's like all of the agents got to be overly occupied with TikTok shit because the agents of other nations are like about to fuck y'all up, and y'all trying to hold the fucking line, making it look like you doing TikTok lives and shit, but you really fighting for your fucking life or whatever. Stupid. But whatever the case, that's what the queen did. Started inviting a lot of people to her nation, to help her fight the American rebellion, or the rebellion of the peasants or whatever, the people who colonized the land. She understood and knew very well that the land was rightfully ours. They all knew that. But they wanted to start a new land and try to say, well, it's not really owned by anybody. The same thing they did with the Gulf of Mexico. Try to just take that shit and change it. Just because they said they were going to change it. They didn't make an agreement with no fucking body in Mexico. They just like, what? We going to change it to Gulf of America. Like, ain't nobody agreed to that shit. You know what I'm saying? But because it's a different time today, you can't ride with that shit like you used to. It's a social media world. The whole fucking world is looking like you just gonna do that shit in front of the whole fucking world. Back then, you had water surrounding you, so you can do that shit. Canada staying hush and shit. They guilty as shit staying hush. Some of the people from Mexico, staying hush because they wanted slaves too. So they start getting fucked up on some devil shit. So it was like, you're not supposed to enslave your brother. But they start doing that shit because of the beefs and shit between the North and the South too. They wanted some of the North, you know, and they like, we never wanted the South. You just wanted some of the North. We had a lot of livestock and shit, like buffalo and shit like that. We had a lot of livestock and stuff like that. So they was like fighting over certain territories of the North and the South. So we was having that issue. So some of that shit carried on too. So they start, trying to enslave us too. It was some bullshit going on, yo. Betrayal shit, along with just dumb shit. Canada staying hush, they quiet as shit. I give you Canada and shit if you don't say anything, and Alaska and shit. You ain't saying shit. You don't hear nothing about Canada. King Charles talking to the president of Canada, and president of Canada was like he looked like he trying, come on, man, let me get $5. That's what he looked like he asking King Charles for five pounds. Let me get £5. Come on, man, I'm going hard times. Let me get £5. Man, get the fuck out of my face, man. Get the fuck out of my face. He's gonna continue what his mom said. Mom said, carry it out. So I'm gonna carry it out. He's like, come on, man, let me just get that $5. Let me £5, man. Don't run, because then they're gonna run into Canada. Like, man, get the fuck out my face. I know the information. That's what it looked like. I'm watching the little stuff and shit, reading and shit. And that's what it looked like. This man from Canada is desperate as shit, trying to come to King Charles. Like, come on, man. He would never dare come to the president because he know better, because he's been there all a long ass time. He know them niggas don't run shit. He came to the King Charles. So whatever the case, the queen died angry, yo, because you were brave to put a woman in office named Kamala. Kamala. She was vice president. And that was disrespectful to her. Why would you put a woman that is not of your people in authority over you? It just was the way it looked, and all that shit was fucking you up, fucking you up. Before she passed, she ordained Trump and shit. That's why you can't do shit with Trump. She ordained him. Royal ordinance and shit. She met him face to face. Run this shit. Destroy that shit. You know that. All of y'all know that. Y'all just love playing and shit. But all y'all know that shit. I'm just saying it. Y'all don't want to say it because you want to still try to secretly do some shit on some checkers and shit, or some playing chess shit. It's not a fucking game. It's not chess. It's a slaughter now. It's just a slaughter. It's not a game or you can win and shit. It's not a game to win anymore. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not a game to win anymore. The nations around the world, they want their people back and shit. They softened up and shit, looking at all of this shit. They come over here to visit like, yo, how the fuck? They going crazy. How the fuck my people was enslaved in this motherfucker? They built the whole shit, and you still like not letting them free and shit. He from India. He can come back home, try to, stuff like that. Like, if we let him, if India said they're allowed to come back home, we cool. We'll let shit slide. As soon as they say that, they'll realize America is like, nah, they belong to us and shit. You got a war. Now I don't know if that's what's been said yet or not. But as soon as that come out, or as soon as that energy start reaching the atmosphere, you're going to get a big ass war with the planet. But they did that. Make America great again. They just didn't say how. But I'm telling you how. Make America great again is going to be through slavery. That's how America was, how they built it the first time. Slave labor. It wasn't them building it. It wasn't no Caucasian building shit. They just standing on the sideline. Do this, do that, do this. Got a whipping people and shit. Got guns and shit. threatening you with your wives. They had weapons and shit. That's all it was. They only focused on making weapons of mass destruction, so that way they can threaten people to kill their whole nations and shit like that if they try to like take something from them. So they just focused on making weapons and shit, while as though we were focused on peace and shit. So that's, for a long time, they've been reigning over the world with weapons and shit and money, lies and deceptions. So it's the same thing. They're saying we got new weapons and new missiles and shit like that can do this and that can do that and shit. They scared to death. Trump is sitting there like, all right, and you talking about how you got missiles and shit and bombs and shit. It's like a double thing. It's like, yes, we can blow up your whole shit, but at the same time, it's like we softened up and shit, and we do understand how shit work. We do understand how shit work. We don't want slavery no more. They don't really want slavery anymore. They want teamwork and shit. But they got weapons and shit. If we got to kill ourselves and kill y'all too, we going to do that. That's how it is. So you get the double thing. Help us free your people, or we going to end up fighting each other, and then we going to blow each other up and shit. That's pretty much that was being said or whatever. But just don't say. You got to keep your small people in check, which you never look at. The people that be quiet as shit, like you said, the librarians and shit, the quiet people, the people that just be living regular ass lives, that be having the real authority over the president and shit like that. They be regular ass people and shit. And they be Caucasian. People from the middle of the smiddle. Places you don't even hear about in the news or on TV or nothing. You only hear about California, Los Angeles, Hollywood and shit. That's all you see on TV. You don't hear about Washington. You don't hear about Oregon and shit. Wyoming, yeah, Wyoming, boy. Wyoming is popping, shorty. Come on, holla at Wyoming and shit. Yeah, Wyoming and shit. Where you live at? Shit, I'm from the hood. Where at? Shit, over west. Where? Wyoming and shit. I'm from I'm sorry, but that's a funny joke in America. Like, I'm from Wyoming and shit. Yeah, from over here, this street and shit. Nothing but a barn and shit with some hay and shit. And a couple, yeah, from the hood and shit, Wyoming and shit. Anyway, but yes, places you don't hear about in the news are the places where these people live at that be running America for real. The middle of the smiddle. That's why I call it the middle of the smiddle. You hear about Utah more often now because you have a certain tribe of Israel that's within there that mix with the Caucasian people so fucking hard that they look 100% Caucasian. You're Superman people. That's why Superman keep being on the TV exposing himself and shit. I'm from Krypton and shit. He's like saying I'm not from here. He's trying to say you whited me out so fucking hard in the middle of the smiddle. I look 100% white and shit, but I'm not. I'm an Israelite and shit. It's funny. You just fucked them up that bad that they look straight pale white and shit, and you can't tell. Superman, he wear glasses and shit like that. So yeah, but they're they have tribes of Israel within there too. They also have like I said, they have southern tribes of indigenous people, like the Aztecs and stuff, Ephraimites and stuff. They got all kind of people or whatever the case in there, but you just hard to tell because they look for real white. But they have the people that run the shit too living in there too in certain areas. And then you have people, like I said, all over, man. They just be hiding in secret and shit, off the grid type shit. You don't see them. You gotta they be the ones that have a lot of fucking bullets, or they own gun stores and shit like that. You own gun stores. You only focus on making bullets you make bullets for a living. You make guns for a living and shit. You only think about how to make better weapons and greater weapons for a living and shit. Or, you focus on, like, your daily routine is hunting and shit. You love hunting. You love killing animals for a living. They be the ones that be running shit like that. They be the ones running shit. They love killing animals. They love hunting people. They love hunting shit. They love fatigue shit. They just love that feel of war and shit like that. They just try to kill anybody, anything. They live in a jungle, in a forest area somewhere in America. Like, you'll be in America just riding on the road or whatever. Then you riding so long that you end up in this windy ass road with a forest and shit on some Blair Witch Project shit. And you trying to figure out where like you ain't knowing where the fuck you at. You just trying to get through the road to get to the place that you trying to get to. or whatever, which is like about an hour drive. It's like you got an hour drive left or a 2 hour drive left, but where you at right now is like a forest area and shit. Niggas be living up in there and shit with cabins and shit. You wouldn't know, you couldn't tell or nothing. They be up in there and shit like that with weapons and traps and shit, booby traps and shit. So if a war did happen, you would never think to come in this quiet ass spot that nobody ever be at and shit with thousands of traps. They only show you the areas where people don't be at. They can just kind of like have their people just spying shit out or whatever the case. That's where they be at. That's where they send their people at. Areas where you can spy shit out. But they be the real people that be running shit be hiding and shit. Like Georgia, they found out people was in Georgia because a lot of the agents got murdered out there. The Gold Spy shooting. The Gold Spy shooting was crazy. And it's just crazy. And then they blame a lot of shit on the LGBTQ community, but that's a mask too. That's a mask too. So the LGBTQ community isn't really a community of people that want to go to war with the fucking world and shit. It's just a community of homosexual people or whatever, that are just it's just sexual preference shit. But if you talking about you trying to conquer the fucking world, no, but yes, you have the people that run the world. They hide in the LGBTQ community too, hiding behind homosexuality, in order to run the world. And the people that's going to expose them are black people still, because regardless if you homosexual or not, don't no black person in the fucking planet want to be a slave no fucking more. No matter who you are, yo. No matter if you gay or straight, whatever the case, the LGBTQ community also can't or won't betray slavery, like the desire to be free. They won't betray that ever, because what the fuck is, like, sucking dick is not that fucking important. Like, you want to suck dick for a living because that's what your preference is, right? Regardless, heaven, hell, bullshit, whatever. Regardless, the most important shit is freedom. So ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. That MAGA, make America great again shit. Nobody trying to hear that shit. And that's how I'm able to be in Santa Monica. Because what's more important, freedom or homosexuality or sex and shit? Sex is just a nut. You just got a quick nut, or intimacy and shit. Your preference of intimacy and relationship. Yeah, that's important. But ain't gonna be no intimacy or no freedom or no relationships if you are still a fucking slave. So no, nobody want to be a slave. We tired of paying for shit. We tired of paying fucking bills. We tired of taxes and shit. That shit is slavery. The whole fucking system of America is slavery. We tired of this shit. We want to live for free. You want to own some shit. We want to own something. I want to own this. I don't ever want to have to pay shit on it. Enough, and I want to just own this shit. Fuck the state own it or this decal shit. I want to own this car and shit and just drive it for the rest of my life with no problems like they do. They just take shit and don't have to pay no taxes, no bills, no fucking nothing. But if their people, if our people in the other nations and the original homelands realize that everybody wasn't with the, wasn't a problem and shit like that, then there can be an understanding. Because as soon as the atmosphere come where you say, or the energy comes to you where you say, my people can come home, I forgive them, what's going to happen is you're going to see the real people that run America. As soon as you say my people can come home, we'll be soft to each other, learn how to, be slow to each other and understand each other. The Caucasian Americans going to be like, fuck that, I'm not letting my slaves go. They're going to roar their head. They're going to be crazy. The number one weapon they have is lust. Because they gotta ride on your guilt. They gotta find some sin in you first before they can blow a nuke or some shit up. They can't just do that shit like that. That's extremely supernatural. So before they can blow some shit up with a nuke, they need to find some guilt in you. With me, they haven't been able to find guilt yet. So shit just kept progressing without me even trying. I just been living and breathing and shit. Just by living and breathing, shit been fucking shit up. So that's all you gotta do. That's the last thing y'all gotta do. Call your people back home to freedom. You can be free again. Come home. Watch what happens. Really do it. I'm talking about the higher ups and shit. Go to the UN. The people who have power and authority to be in charge. Really do it and watch what happens. The people of China and Japan and all that stuff like that, they're fresh here. They're kind of fresh here. They wasn't here all the way from... They were here, but... they don't have people that's enslaved. The Indians came over here before anybody, and they were the ones. Yeah, you probably had some Asians that came with us too, and just select few people that was here too, which is why we kind of look Asian looking and stuff. But a lot of shit happened. But the point is, we were here first. So the people that were enslaved or colonized were the Indians, the Ephraimites, the tribe of Yehuda, Manasseh, Zebulun. They is over there in the Philippine area, you know. But some of them are here now too. Whatever they call themselves, whatever. But it's been a lot, man. A lot of years, 2,000 years plus. You know, is a lot of time. So, you know. But I'm going on and on. Yeah, I just wanted to say that much before the Sabbath comes in all the way. I'm just getting sick and shit. And runny nose. I'm tired. I want to die. All that shit. It's fucked up. I'm just fucked up. I'm not guilty or sinful or nothing like that. I'm just fucked up, man. Took a beating and shit. But that's the last move. Excuse me. Sorry. That's the last move. Signing the papers to say my people can come home free. And then the war starts. The war starts because they're not going to want to let go. And the reason you're going to be tripping like, hold on, but I thought America was your country and shit. I thought that was your government system. And they're going to start lying like a motherfucker. They're going to start lying like a motherfucker. Well, this, well, that, this, that, that. They're going to say any fucking thing to try to deceive you. They're going to be trying to make an agreements with you. Peace treaties. They're going to give you false information and shit. But then, sorry, your actions speak louder than your verbs. They'll say whatever the fuck. But as soon as you say that, well, let my people go. I'm Indian. I work at 7-Eleven and shit like that. I can go home anytime. He Indian. He can go home. Yeah, he good. The decree has been passed. You know, our royalty have said they can come home. So let them come home. You know, and get that dual citizenship, that gold visa. And what happens is, you'll see them. No, they ain't going no fucking way. Then you gonna get mad as shit. Hold on, like I'm an Indian. I mean, it's gonna be all that. I mean, you're an Indian, but how do you know he is gonna be all that? How you know he really an Indian? Because they're gonna be trying your historical knowledge and all that shit. Why? Because they lie, they twist history up. So they're gonna be saying all kinds of shit. How you really know? How this? How that? Because they know that they got information that's full of lies. So they're gonna like hope that you got information that's full of lies or you don't know something, so they can keep on trying to hold slaves and shit. That's all they ever fucking did, and that's all they still do to maintain lies and deceptions. The top people in the planet that lie and deceive in order to maintain their economy because it doesn't belong to them. It was stolen. America was built on murder and theft. Murder and theft, lies and deceptions, yo. And it thrived for such a long time because people's inclination to do wrong. You just have a natural inclination in your flesh to do wrong, to be an evil person. So for a long thousands of years, people's evil inclination got the better of them, and America ran the world for a long time, using money and shit, currency and shit, and ran over the world. That's why their dollar is more than everybody else. They were the number one people their whole culture is just lies, deceptions, and theft and murder. That's their only culture. The only culture they have is that. They don't have anything good about their culture, like good people or kind people. Nothing about American people was that, or Caucasian Americans was that, the colonizers. So yeah, man, go ahead, go ahead and somebody do it, to give it a try and shit. You know, push the button. You go in the store, you in the Toys R Us. You see the little toy right there. Your daughter want that toy so fucking bad. It's the My Buddy toy and shit. It's the new My Buddy toy. You went in the Toys R Us, came back out. The new My Buddy toy and shit. It's the Indian My Buddy toy. Hold on, that Indian My Buddy toy, it got the little hole in the side of the plastic and shit, and it say "Try me," and you can push the button and shit, and it make noises and shit, and it talk and shit, and you know, I want this one and shit. Go ahead, press "Try me" and shit. Press the fucking button. Do somebody do it, and watch what happens. Watch what happens. They is not gonna let us go free. They're gonna chase us down like a motherfucker. The Filipinos know that too with me. That's why the Filipinos hardcore as shit. The Filipinos, they still got that disrespectful people, but those who are privy to shit, they hardcore as shit. Because I married a girl, and part of the situation with their fucked upness mixed with the American fucked upness helped them understand how fucked up America actually was. So two wrongs didn't make a right. But in the situation while both of them fucking me up, the Filipinos fucking me up and America fucking me up, it helped the Filipinos realize how it helped them understand about America, like a lot more about America. Like, yo, they don't want you to be free for shit. We wanted to fuck you up, but America was like, nah, we don't want you to fuck them up. But the whole time was, we just don't want them to be free and shit. We don't want them to be over here living for free and being free from us and shit. So it was fucking them up. And then it was like, well, he could be free, just take his money and shit. We're going to take his money from him. He can't have no money. He got to be poor. Because they knew that, it was like, we'll sacrifice one in order to cover ourselves. Because if we sacrifice this one guy named Nakwa, we can cover our tracks and make it, and hopefully the Filipinos didn't catch on to us and shit, that we want our slaves and shit, and we not willing to let these people go because they still our slaves and shit. They are property, And so you're like, and also Rabbi Simon Altaf was looking at that too, if he caught on to that. Like, because he's in India, he speak Urdu. That's his native language is Urdu. He speak Urdu. So I saw Rabbi Simon Altaf, and the first thing I was thinking when he was like, I speak Urdu and stuff, it just was a connection and stuff. It just was a natural connection, and I just could listen to him. And everything he was saying was connecting and landing right. I'm like, yeah, I could just listen to him. So I always was, up under his teachings and stuff like that. It's Rabbi Simon Altaf. He's still the Cohen in charge. So yes, he's still in charge of the organization I'm part of, Forever Israel. He's the Cohen, but some shit happened and shit, and so a lot of shit got to be hashed out. But it's so far away from getting hashed out, that shit got fucked up. But in the process of that shit getting fucked up, you found out some secret shit, and that secret shit is making you so angry that you're willing to soften up and let the people come home, and kind of soften, because America will take it. They will take advantage of your hardness and shit, like you not being soft or you not being understanding. They'll take advantage of that shit, of you, how you feel about your people and stuff like that, and then fuck you up too. So America love doing that. They love sitting in the background, looking at y'all interact and shit, and then take advantage of whatever weaknesses y'all got. That's what they do. But then seem like your friend and shit. They love to seem like your friend and shit like that. It'd be like that, man. So yeah, man. So if I said I want to go back to India, or if I wanted to go to Pakistan to visit, or if I wanted to go to Lebanon, or if I wanted to go somewhere, to visit, or just I want to get a job and see if I can, relocate and move to a new country or something like that, or just go back to India or something like that, or go to Israel, something like that. I just want to leave and go to another country. If they're willing to take me, I'll work there and stuff, and I'll just get get dual citizenship, work my way to a dual citizenship, or whatever the case. And whatever. And if India said, yeah, that's a good idea, whatever the case, and they mean well and stuff like that, even if they didn't mean well, if they say, yeah, America's gonna fuck, but they hoping that y'all don't mean well, because it's like, well, y'all worship cows, y'all still do Hinduism. So if they can figure out, or if they can find out that you're willing to let your people come back home to their original nations, to cause them harm, or to force them into some kind of slavery or whatever the case, America's going to take advantage of that to not let us go. So you got to be mindful of that. Like, if you're genuinely kind and if you're genuinely letting them go and stuff like that and giving them a chance to come home, they don't have anything against you. They won't be able to use that against you. And then with that, they'll take that and be like, well, you can't enslave people, and then they'll turn the camera on you or turn a weapon on you. Next thing you know, you're getting bombed and shit. So you got to be careful with that. But it is a thing, because you have people that's from India over here in America living, or whatever the case. They were not born in America. Their descendancy was not raised here. Their descendancy was raised in India or wherever they was from. And then they came over here, or whatever the case, when America was built up and stuff. So they're slow to understand the pain. They're really really slow to feel the pain of the blood of their people that was shed here. They can't feel it like that because it's like y'all missing something here. I'm missing something. What's going on? You know. But it's like they got to be taught. They got to be educated because there was a disconnect somewhere in history. But if you was born here and you were part of the blood of the descendants that was being, we kept procreating and the pain was existing in the blood and we're trying to get revenge. So we already have an agenda. You trying to jump into the double dutch or you trying to jump into the jump rope and shit. Like I trying to jump into the, you just trying to jump in. It's like shit moving so fucking fast. What the fuck? That shit, I'm going to jump in there. That shit going fast as shit. You got to time it right, but you got to be quick also and shit. What the fuck? And then you got, you trying to be, and then you jump in there, you might make it, you might not. Jump in there, you make it and shit. Oh shit. They did this to my people, this to my people. They did what? They took our brown skin, they skinned us, took our brown skin, skinned us, and made shoes out of our skin and shit. They did all kind of shit like that. All kind of shit. Just hang you by a noose and shit, leave you there. Rip the babies out your stomach and shit. That put you to an electric chair, tie you to an electric chair, just burn your ass and shit until you start blazing in flames and shit, but you still alive, but you on fire and you still getting electrocuted at the same time and shit. It's crazy. Niggas was evil as shit to us. Evil as shit. Just for looking at our brown skin. They was evil as shit, yo. How you make shoes out of my skin? You made shoes out of my skin because you was jealous. Because your wife that was Caucasian wanted to suck my dick and she just loved that brown skin. It's like gold to her or whatever the case. But really you was fucking my wife and your wife wanted to now suck my dick, but there's a one-way street with that shit. But I'm not an adulterer anyway. She just was forcing me and shit, put me at gunpoint or threatened to kill my children and shit if I don't let her suck my dick. Then turned that shit on me and made me look like the guilty party and shit. Went da-da-da-da. It's crazy. And then this nigga killed me and shit. Skin my body off and make shoes out of my skin. That'll teach that nigger and shit. That's how they was doing shit like shiesty shit like that. Shiesty as shit at first. They was promising to give us our land back and shit like that. There was all kind of shit that was going on throughout the times and the years and stuff. We had to really fight for freedom, yo. You wasn't understanding. We still hardcore on the East Coast of North America. We hardcore as shit. I don't see no hardcore people over here. I just see maybe I'm like overseeing or something. I'm not seeing what I need to see. Maybe I'm blind a little bit. You gotta help me. Or I'm disconnected a little bit. You gotta help me. But on the East Coast, we hardcore as shit. Short. I go straight into the heart of the hood, and I'm good. The straight of the heart of the hood, I'm good. We are obedient to a level, but at the same time, it's like if niggas cross the line too hard, we will shoot at the police. We won't even give a fuck about the SWAT team. It's just you gotta be. For example, they know how far to go with us, like in the black hoods and shit. Like if you go to the projects, we love our mothers, we love our grandmothers and stuff like that. So a bunch of hood niggas that like carry guns and sell drugs. If you came in there like a police officers or SWAT teams came in there just shooting up niggas' grandmothers for a living and shit. Niggas just shooting niggas' grandmothers. What? Niggas gonna die tonight. Everybody. You're not gonna shoot my grandmother for just for fun and shit. You just coming through with the SWAT team, all of this armor on, shooting up my grandmother, his grandma, shooting up all the grandmas and shit. Fuck that. We shooting back. Fuck that. Shooting back, catch your ass, come off the roof with it and shit. We doing all kind of shit. Coming out the woods, the forest, the back road niggas and shit. Catching niggas, taking his weapons, give me that shit. Put his SWAT team suit on and shit. Cause you got black people they be enlisting black people too and shit. You got that random ass black guy. So I'm shit, put that shit on. I'm random ass black guy and shit. With the fucking bulletproof vest on, with the SWAT team shit on. Yeah, man, I just found a couple over here. Yeah, come on, real quick. Got him. Get him, take him, get that weapons, get his mans in them, put the suits on and shit. We gonna fuck y'all up. Because you killing our grandmothers. Y'all know not to cross certain lines. So it's like America know how to keep us enslaved and know what lines not to cross. They know to creep up on black people when they're alone and shit. Or they know like when they see a black person, they'll go into somebody's hood and then try to bring them to this black person and be like, you know this guy? You know what I'm saying? Hoping that you're stupid as shit or you're not into. They look for somebody that don't know what the fuck going on and bring them to the black guy and be like, yeah, this black guy, and then try to get him to betray his own brother or his own black guy, but the guy not even from here. what I'm saying? The whole time he don't know shit. It's like, yeah, get this guy. You like, nah. You know, he could be thinking some shit, but it's like he might find out through somebody else. Like, hold on first. Let me ask somebody else and shit. That's Tupac's son. What? You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, fuck no. I didn't know that was Tupac's son. This white guy almost got my ass. That's what it be. They get the lowest of us. The ones that will, for $10 fucking, for $10 fucking, we'll do some shicey shit because we need to survive. But it'd be that I got to feel jealous of him first. Like, it got to be something I got to feel that's, but if they don't feel anything and he's struggling just like him, you know, or he deserves something that he got. No, he really could. If the story unfolds where he deserved that shit for real, like he been through some shit, my nigga, like Mother's Balls, my nigga. You ain't never read Mother's Balls, the children's story. Oh shit, Mother's Balls, fuck that. He deserved that shit. You lost him. The Caucasian man lost him. He a brother. He's suffering just like y'all and shit. Slavery. He from here. His blood is from descendants of slavery. So they gonna automatically feel me and say fuck you. So it's also being backed by the other nations and shit. And then they start realizing, oh, he's actually special for real. He's extra special because some shit going on with the nations and shit. And not even just that, the queen and shit. He's enlisted by the queen directly and shit since 2004. The fuck is going on? And then you got the random essays and Latinos need to catch on too. It's like, what the fuck going on? He in tune with the president of Mexico and shit. It's like, oh shit going on with this one guy and shit. He just don't look like anybody and shit. Right, you gotta look like nobody. You gotta look like nobody out this bitch to stay important. Or you so important, you gotta look like nobody. No, they gotta be like no eyes on you or nobody saying anything about you, but everything you say, they taking the information and you know what I'm saying? You super undercover. Even the people that have authority to get information on you and shit don't get the right information they need to get. You work for the queen and shit, her majesty, her royalty. So you ain't gonna get shit. Police officers ain't gonna get shit on you. You know, so all of my stuff that I got in the military, the queen got it. They got it. Her authority got it. You know, so whereas you think it was erased or nothing happened in my military career, she got it. They got the records and stuff. So I didn't work for America. I didn't fight for America. I fought for the UK when I was in the military. It was sides and all kind of shit. You just didn't know that shit. Everybody looked like they fighting for America, but you fighting for the UK and shit. So yeah, man, Queen wasn't playing. She needed holy men. She didn't give a fuck about nothing else except holy men, holy Hebrews. You holy, you want the Most High? Yeah, let's do it. He on my team and shit. That's how it was. He on my team. Oh, you ain't got no place in this man's Navy. I'm with the Queen's Navy then. Well, fuck you. I'm at the dry you. Fuck you. Well, stay at the dry you then. Fuck you. I'm like, well, fuck you back and shit. You know, it was that type shit. But you really can't do shit to me because I'm with the Queen, but you doing petty shit to make them mad and irritate them and shit like that. So it's like, yeah, they just fighting their own monarch, fighting back their own monarch and shit. You know, it's overusing the two wrongs don't make a right. Y'all not innocent and we not innocent either. Yeah, but that's your royalty. You must submit to your royalty and, you know, hope that they'll find a way and help them find a way for your people and shit. It's not for you to try to take the charge because if you try to take the charge, you're going to fuck everybody up. And that's what America did. Fuck everybody up and shit. Killing Asian people, all kind of shit. So America's not safe, yo. You keep thinking they safe, meaning in the sense that it's not, the Caucasian Americans are not in authority like they used to be. They just trying to keep authority over the small people that they still got left or whatever the case, using deception and shit, or not putting information in the news media like that. You know, just holding information. You holding water like a motherfucker. Holding the shit out water, not telling the nation that America's under threat for real because you don't want the people to, and that's not that you don't want the people to panic. You don't give a fuck if the people panic or not. If they under threat, you want them to panic because then they can get armed up and help defend. You just don't want the slaves to realize that y'all niggas about to get invaded and shit because if Hebrews, black people, as you call them, in America realize, and natives realize y'all about to get invaded by the nations around you, oh shit, because we not in tune with none of y'all shit. We the hardcore ones that said, fuck America to the point where I don't want to be part of your FBI. I don't want to be part of your CIA. Just give me the fucking EBT, nigga. Give me the EBT. Give me food stamps, cash assistance, and I'll be good. Leave me the fuck alone. You fucking me up. You fucked me up so bad. Just give me that or whatever. Everybody else is like, fuck it, I'm gonna go in. So they end up going into the FBI, CIA, and shit like that. So it's sides to the thing. Some people stayed hardcore, didn't go in. Some people was like, fuck it, I'm going in. And they earned money. We just did EBT type shit. So it's like, yeah, yo, just give me food for free. My mom, like, give me food for free. We built the whole shit. Just give me money for free. Feed me for free, my nigga. Like, fuck all this shit. They be feeling kinds of ways and shit like, man, who this guy right here and shit? Shit, put him to work so we can get that tax money. They live off your tax money, yo. Like their royalty. You know, they live off your tax money. They don't work. They don't work. You have your select crew of Caucasian people that might have had a good father and taught their son some trades and shit, like how to build a house or build a car. You know, I'm just saying, repair cars, you know, fix cars, build homes, home improvement. You have your select few, but the rest, the ones who be trying to really run shit, they live off of your tax money. You come to America, you go to work, they tax your shit, 1099 your shit, you know, and they live off that. They don't work or nothing. And then they make advanced technology so they can live easy lives without having to do too much physical shit to keep people in check. They can just do online shit, internet shit. So yeah, yo, it's just crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, go ahead, say that. Say that. Sign a decree. Yeah, you know, certain people, however y'all want to do it, certain people that's like this and like that, you can come back home under certain conditions and all that. You can say whatever you want to say, put what kind of stipulations you want to put on it. They still not gonna give a fuck. They just don't want us to go free. They don't. They don't. The Hebrews, you got the Caucasian people in our land pretending to be us. So they're blocking us and shit. You go into the kosher market, you don't see no Hebrews in there. But you speaking Hebrew. Hebrews was the book of Hebrews, and it was only Hebrews that was brown and shit. Yo, niggas is only brown that was Hebrews. Y'all niggas pale as shit. Who the fuck is y'all? Y'all just in the kosher market trying to run shit. I could have took anything I wanted out of there, and it wasn't going to be considered thou shalt not steal. It would have not. I would have not been in trouble by the Most High at all. I could take anything out of the kosher market and not be in trouble with the Most High. But watch, they get angry as shit. Don't steal from me. Whole time, you know what I'm saying? I can set a curse. The more you get angry over me taking something, the more you getting cursed. The hotter your anger get is as hot as the curse will be. Hot as your punishment will be. Go ahead, as angry as you get. I'm going to take this, I'm going to take that, I'm going to take... No, stop him, you can't take that. All right, that's level 1 and shit. I'm still going to take it and just you going to have to chase me out the store. If you keep chasing me out the store, give me that, you overdoing it and shit. Give me that. Level 2, the curse go to level 2 and shit. Then level 3, and level, you gonna follow me all the way up the fucking street, call the police and all that. I'm gonna call the police on you and shit. Don't ever come back to my store and shit. Take it up to level 4 and level 5 and shit. And then when you calm down, you realize this man was a whole Hebrew. You took his whole fucking country. You took his whole fucking nation. You in the land where King David, Melech the Wad, his graveyard is there, and he was a brown man, the king of Israel. You talking about Abraham at the cave of Machpelah, their bones are there. He was a brown man. You in that motherfucker like you own that shit. You in there like your story was about you and shit. You just in somebody else shit. Like Americans, Caucasian American, you in somebody else shit. So bad that it's crazy. Y'all in Israel and then you come to America and then you in America and shit. It's like, what the fuck? You double fucking it up. So you took Israel and you in here trying to get a piece of the pie of America and shit. Like, fuck it. We just stealing, killing, and destroying. Let's just still kill and destroy then. Fuck it. Let's just still kill and destroy. We Satan and shit. So that's how you know they the people of Satan and shit. But some of them trying to wise up, you know, because they know that the curse is too hot for them. And they don't want that shit. Because once that curse come on, you can't walk around without feeling like you about to get killed or hit or murked. You don't walk around feeling safe. You feel like somebody gonna shoot you at any moment type shit. That be the curse that get on you. You know, Satan get inside of you and you start feeling scared and shit. But yeah, man. You can't steal a Hebrew Israelite Hebrew Israelite cannot steal out of a kosher market if they just walk out. They go in that bitch, take some shit, give me a bag and shit. Oh, this gonna be like about, $40 and shit. Okay, let me see. Okay, check in your pockets and shit. Grab the bag and just walk out and shit. Hey, you gotta pay for that. I'll be right back and shit. Next time I need something, that's what you ain't saying like I'll be right back. No, you gotta pay now. I'll be right back and shit. Come in there every time. They try to bar you out the store. They put your face up and shit. America's Most Wanted and shit. Kosher's most wanted, got your face up there and shit, because you keep walking in there stealing and shit. Like, fuck y'all, I'm taking anything I want. Why? Because we already know who we are, and we know that you stole our country, you stole our land, you killed Whitney Houston, you did the most to us. You fucking up Palestine, you doing the most to people. Doing the most, my nigga. And so that's the issue that's going on. You know, people stealing people's shit and living and keeping that shit like it's theirs. You know, and it's one-sided. When you come to America, that shit is one-sided, my nigga. There is no freedom in America. It's just one-sided. Like, we just gonna run every fucking body. We conquered the Hebrews. We conquered the natives, which are also Hebrews. We conquered some of the Chinese people that's here. We conquered them. We conquered the Japanese people. We conquered even the new Indians that came over here that's just chilling and shit in the 7-Eleven, the Quickie Mart people. We conquered everybody under our system. They don't give a fuck no more. So they just like, fuck it, we just gonna live off conquering people and shit. So it's like, that's how it is, y'all. That's how it is in America, you know what I'm saying? But the nations, when they start to wise up and start to realize, you know, it's that bad for real. You just can't feel it. Like, you just don't believe that people would be that bad for real. Like my the Gibson family, they look at Uncle Lamont and cannot fathom how he just punched his mother in the face and shit. But he did it just like what I said, aggressively and shit. Some shit like he did it such a way that he would have died on the spot. Y'all just not seeing it because you know he would have died on the spot if he really did it like that, but you wasn't there, so you ain't reacting and shit. You not killing him on the spot when you see him and shit. You just like looking at his ass, chilling and talking like, I don't believe you punched your mother. You did not punch my mother in the face. Like, no, you didn't. Just not believing it for shit. Still hanging with him and shit. He not saying nothing. You not saying nothing. He chilling and shit. So you just not believing it because you're not seeing the heat that happened. So when you come to America, you don't see the heat that happened here. Or else you would have started bombing the shit. Fuck that. Get these niggas in here and start killing niggas like before they get me and shit. Them niggas crazy. I thought that was just stories and shit. They really did that to them. But you don't feel the heat. Only we feel the heat. That's why we be looking at y'all like, the fuck is y'all doing here? If you're not understanding what the fuck is going on here and shit. Y'all slow as shit. Disconnected by the water. So how do we connect y'all and reconnect y'all to us and stuff? It's like we're crying out and you're crying out to us still, but you're not feeling the heat yet. You're not feeling the connection. Like, we're still very far away and shit in the ocean, very far away traveling and shit, and you can't tell that if we're gonna make it back or not type shit. We'll be trying to get back home, but reaching out to you, but you can't feel shit yet. You just not understanding that these Caucasian people is really disrespectful as shit. You ain't even going into the history books to try to identify that. You're not looking enough and like, these people fuck your people up. And you so have an envy towards your people that you don't give a fuck to research. So they taking advantage of you. Next thing you know, you get a slave slowly without realizing it. Because you had a vendetta against your own people. You came over here to see what the fuck was going on. And you had a hatred towards them still. And then slowly they got your ass by watching you with your hatred and your indifference towards your people. Your own Indian person. They watching you and shit. Like, nah, he like this and he like that. This nigga stupid as shit. They watching you. Never realize it. Like the sun in the sky. You know the sun is shining, but you forgetting like a motherfucker because your mind focused on something so hard. You know? But it's all about educating yourself. Everybody in the world need to educate themselves on what happened here. How did these motherfuckers come to make America? How did America become America? Research that. When you research that and get the information and shit, you'll start to realize what was happening to the people here. And it's a lot of information that was hidden. They kept a lot of information hidden, burnt a lot of information up. They start lying and twisting up information. They'll block shit on the internet. So whereas though you would get information, it's blocked off and shit. Like, you'll go on Google or something like that. This website is blocked and shit in your country or something like that. So now you need a VPN and shit. So it's all kind of shit like that. They be blocking you. But the nations need to stop doing that, because it takes a collective hold of the nation of people to empower you, to push you to fight, because everybody have their own special story with America. It's in the DNA. So when you withhold certain people of your nation from information, you don't get the full answer. So when everybody sees even the lowest person, why would they do that? You can even teach it to your children in special ways, in special stories and stuff like that, like mother's balls and shit. You can teach it to them in special ways and then get the energy out of them and stuff like that, so that you can get the story is not in the books all the way though. The story is in the blood. It's in the blood. So stop holding your people from getting the answers or getting the information. It's crazy, man. You gotta, and that's how social media started to reconnect us and shit. Like when I just talked to random people like Doobie Cakes, Sadia Khan, just helping her understand the mind of a slave man. Like, look, the mind of a slave man is like this. I don't know what it's like to think like a free man. Her head fucked up because she can't. It's like she in a whole nother world way across the ocean, trying to figure out how her Indian man, don't know how to think like a free man or be free. Whereas though all she know is the men being free, like Indians being free and shit. So she fucked up. I'm fucked up. She fucked up. You see what I'm saying? So now you're trying to traverse some shit to reconnect to each other to understand what the fuck was really going on here. And if it really was that bad, like you say, we got to start killing niggas. And that's why they coming out. We got new weapons of mass destruction and nukes and shit. And these Americans be like, yo, weapons of mass destruction shit. And, we got nukes and we got this and we got weapons. They try to scare your ass and shit like that. They're scared to death, yo. They want it to be done cordially, but they don't want to cordially let things go. It's like they don't want to let us go free. They just want to be cordial with y'all and please don't hurt us and shit. If you try to hurt us, we're gonna fight back to the death and shit. Be like, well, let our people go and shit. I can't do that. Sorry, I can't do that. The fuck, he an Indian. I'm an Indian. Let my man go. It's like you can't have some of your people slaves and some of your people free. The fuck is you doing? They not giving a fuck. And it's because America was built on the backs of slavery. Free labor, meaning I'm not getting paid at all to do any fucking thing. Like, I'm doing all of this shit, building the hardest work ever on some Egypt shit. And the whole America's built up. Nobody got paid at all. They just gave us some food to keep energy going. They just gave us EBT and shit. And some shit to get soap and shit like that. So they gave us crumbs and shit. That's what EBT was. That's what EBT actually is. It's for slaves and shit. People that was descendants of the slaves here. It's not for everybody and shit, because it's a way to say that we're their property, or my ancestors were their property at one point. So I have a right to get this part of the system. But that's how they was doing it. We never got money. We just got food, shelter, clothes, the basic necessities that we needed. And they just forced us to work and shit. And they made the money and then traveled over the whole fucking world and shit, being free. So you only see Caucasian people from America coming to your shit. If you saw a black person, they was a secret agent and shit, doing their job, but deep within himself looking for help, crying out for help and shit. Without saying words, he's hoping you can feel him and shit. I hope I can feel some connection or something from somebody. But if you don't feel a connection, he just had a nice vacation, did his little agent job, and then he went back home with a smile on his face, the best poker face you ever seen and shit. The whole time he crying like a motherfucker for help. Same as y'all. A lot of y'all crying like a motherfucker for help. OnlyFans girls, social media girls, you crying like a motherfucker for help. From people, same boats and shit like that. But, like I said, America's already on it early because they see the social media. They see social media. You would not have all these people on, so they know y'all. So they thinking a plan to preempt the nations and shit and to enslave. They got a plan that they thinking about to fuck y'all up. So it's a two-way street, so I can't give all the information on that because, yeah, two wrongs don't make it right. So I'll keep my peace on that. But, yeah, man, it's a battle. But, yes, man, I do want to be able to, like, reconnect with my people and shit that's in the natural homelands. Like, I know I'm a native Indian. You know what I'm saying? Why can't I just go to India and be chilling and shit? Learn some shit. Why can't I just go to India and look for a wife? And shit like that. They like, nah, you my property and shit. Go to India, like, what? You what? Well, ain't nobody, no fucking such thing as that we free as shit, your fucking property. The fuck is you talking about? Yeah, I'm property of America and shit. You see Kim Kardashian come over there looking like what the fuck? They looking at Kim Kardashian in the streets, they looking at her like, how the fuck is she the property of a So it's making the people mad as a motherfucker. Like, fuck out of here. You ain't no like, no, you ain't, no, you, so it's making mad. In India, people like Kim Kardashian is like royalty and stuff like that. So they can't fathom being a fucking slave or puppet of America, but they see them and shit. Of course, they put the gay men there to hide behind the gay men. Like I said, they hide behind LGBTQ community too. So you can't really tell who's running shit. But yo, they clever, yo. So you looking for these motherfuckers now. Kim Kardashian and Khloe went up there. You looking for these motherfuckers. They natives for real. They look just like us and shit. About to kill these motherfuckers, yo. You is not gonna enslave my people, because enslaving her, and I'm royalty. I look just like her. She look like she's supposed to be in a royal family like me. And give it that she, how about it? She is royal family. And before you say my royal family will be slaves to your Caucasian ass, fuck that. So you're not even knowing, like, niggas is getting prepared and shit. Nations is getting prepared to, like, fuck America up. That's why they giving the nuclear bomb threats and shit. Trump is just sitting there like, who we got, who we don't got, who we got allies with, who we don't got. We good with Europe, we good with this person, but he's trying to figure out who we good with and shit. But it's crazy, yo. Trump is a native too. He's a native as well. That came over here. But everybody know that. But I'm just saying, yo, everybody's a native over here. The only people that are not natives are the colonizers. They came over here acting like nobody supposed to be here but them and shit. Like nobody supposed to be free. So they ran the whole shit. These people they are like rioters and crazy. They need to be controlled and shit. They're monsters and beasts and shit. We need a system to control these people, and they need to be put in check because they're just fucking crazy. And they wrote shit in their books and shit by saying, oh, these villagers and these native Indians were savages and shit, and they were crazy. They called the savages and shit. Then they go to India, but oh, these people are royalty and shit. The same people you call savages over here, you call royalty over there. You saying splitting us up? You enslaving half of us. So then you go to India and feel like, how can I enslave the rest of these motherfuckers? Because I got half of your people enslaved. You just don't know that shit because we hiding the fuck out the history, and y'all niggas still fucking stupid because y'all still stuck on worship and shit and still angry and have envy towards your people because they over there and they shouldn't have never left and they should have just stayed worshiping the cow. So y'all still stuck in y'all mind about that shit or on Hinduism that you ain't even saying that I'm your number one enemy right here trying to figure out how to enslave the rest of y'all motherfuckers off of you just living a lie and shit. What the fuck is this Hindu shit? Oh, cow worship and shit? Oh yeah, we about to get the rest of these Make America Great Again, MAGA. You got a couple Indians that can come over, a couple gay ones and shit. Bring the gay ones over and shit. They working at 7-Eleven, slowly but surely they getting fucked up. Trying to secretly tell their asses, chill, don't, I got it. You don't know what's going on and shit. They still slow trying to figure it out. Cause it's like, yo, something going on. You feel cornered, you feel backed in the corner and shit. I'm trying to figure out how to tell my own brother, even though, he's like clouded by the gay shit. And I'm still trying to tell him, no, like, you don't want to be here. You don't want to, what I'm saying? Trying to tell him and shit in special ways and shit. Y'all don't want to be here. The only person that was clever enough to understand me was Mr. Serpent guy. So you got the cow people and you got the serpent people. I'm from the serpent situation. Like Kim. She from the serpent situation. I'm from the serpent situation. I was connecting with him like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And how do you tell the rest of them that are just like cows? They're cow, they're just innocent. You know what I'm saying? They're not as keen as him. He see that shit. I see that shit. We working together. You know what I'm saying? But he's more pale looking than me. But then the rest of them are brown and shit. But they're more like the cows. They're innocent. You know what I'm saying? And we like gotta be crafty as shit, slithering around and shit, trying to figure out how to do shit because they under threat and shit. They know it. He know it, and what I know, like, yeah, they trying to get your ass. Like, I know they trying to get my ass and shit on the level that they don't understand. So I'm working with him and shit, trying to figure out how to, call home and shit. Be like, yo, they trying to get our ass and shit. Our people really Indians over here, slaves for real and shit. And they try and get the rest of us to come over here on some freedom shit or some, yeah, you can partake of the American dream shit to enslave the rest of us and try to enslave the rest of the nation. And then bomb the rest of y'all asses that's left over. And then get whoever's left over, and just like they did with Pakistan and Iraq and all that shit. They get a couple of your people, bring them over, get you loose, and then start bombing your ass. And then enslave the rest of the nation. Or put them into subjection. You can keep the India name. You can keep your people there, but we're going to run that shit. We're going to make you submit to our system and shit. So then they can lower the taxes on tariffs and shit like that. Oh, we want lower taxes on tariffs because y'all charging us too much tariff and shit. So they figuring out a way to bomb your ass and kill your ass so you can lower the taxes and shit. That's all it be. And it start with just the individual Indian person that want part of this American demonic American dream. They come over on some stupid shit and some gay shit or whatever the case. But it doesn't matter because you're still an Indian. Okay, he came over, you didn't give a fuck either because he was gay and get the fuck out type shit. But they used the shit out of his blood to connect to the people, loosened you up because all y'all still worshiping pagan shit mostly. And then you got the rest of y'all some American dream shit. Your women, y'all fucking the women up and shit, taking advantage of the women the wrong way, is making the women to cry out. These Caucasian men come over there, give them a new life, give them a new dream and shit. They come over on OnlyFans shit, making money, they feeling good and shit. Next thing you know, they wiggled into your nation, got the weakness of your men, running around and shit. Now they all over the place, their minds out of whack. They fucking the shit out your women. So now the men are disconnected and shit. They out of sync, out of link. Next thing you know, they start outstepping you and shit. Bombing your ass. Oh shit, we don't got weapons. They know y'all niggas don't prepare yourselves with weapons like a big ass war can happen because y'all so at peace and shit, and y'all so run shit, y'all so fucking free. Y'all not under threat enough, and America's always under threat, so they always make weapons and weapons and weapons. Y'all asses don't make no weapons, so they know y'all not doing that. They spying y'all shit out a long ass time ago. Know y'all weak as shit. Bomb your ass on some weak shit by inviting a couple of your people over that was not natives back in the day, but the new people and shit that got green cards and shit. And like, hold on, and they caught some shit, couldn't tell you, got your ass, the link is disconnected on some dumb LGBTQ shit, Next thing you know, we got the women too, can't feel your women no more. Now you like, what the fuck going on and shit like that. Next thing you know, they bombing your shit up, and then they're like, okay, stop bombing us, we'll do whatever you say. All right, lower the fucking tariff taxes and give me some of these women over here and give me some of that, because they already looked at that shit when they was a tourist and shit, and they was like, yeah, I was over here in this area, some gold over here, I'll just give me that. And then give me this, and then give me that, and then keep it hush so the whole world don't fucking know, and just keep it private. If you don't keep it private, you're gonna blow the whole shit up. You watching on the news and shit, seeing, oh shit, what the fuck happened? America's attacking India and shit. What the fuck going on? They don't tell you shit on the news and shit, because they all in on it together and shit, and y'all just like loose. Because you the last brown people left and shit. Everybody else so fucking pale looking. Japanese people pale looking. Chinese people pale looking. Filipino people pale looking. Indian people, they still holding on. Brown people still hanging on in there and shit like that. And it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? They just trying to get rid of it. Get rid of y'all and shit. Get rid of us. You gotta be on that shit, my nigga. We came over here, and when they came over fighting for 500 plus years, these colonizers, yo, we had to think like that. Serpent and shit, my nigga. Like, serpent crafty turned into wisdom. Like, you gotta be wise. You gotta get holy with it. Because in order to be crafty, you gotta be wise first. But then some of the people started going from wisdom to craftiness and start being shiesty. So you gotta stop being shiesty, crafty, and go back to being wise, meaning being holy, being of pure intent. So that all of the things you think that you know the enemy can do and fuck you up, you outstepping them and outchecking them every step of the way. And it's like second nature and shit, like breathing and shit now. Because we've been here so long and survived for so long, it's second nature to outstep them. It's just that we don't have physical power. But I can outstep their mind at any time. That's why they keep making advanced technology, putting cameras everywhere, because they know they can't fuck with us. So if they make those cameras and put shit on it and get people to come into affinity with them, like Asian people and shit, help them with the camera work and shit, help them subject these people into check because they brown, riding off brown, and oh, he's brown, and you know, he's a brown person. You're a Japanese Asian person or whatever the fuck, and you pale looking. So they ride off that shit. I'm gonna stay with my pale people because I know we demons and shit. I'm saying, so it get dumb because then you come across a brown person, he a fucking demon too and shit. Hold on, I thought it was, yeah, because you watched the commercial and shit. Yeah, I watched the commercial. Yeah, you watched the commercial when you was sitting down in Tokyo and shit, and you was eating your last rice ball, and it was like, man, this my last rice ball. That Tokyo commercial came on, was the Uber commercial. Man, I'm already doing Uber, so I'm gonna go to America and do Uber. Fucking got your ass. Because you side with the pale people, thinking you still side with your people. Fucked you up, because the brown people fucked up too. It's a fucking mess out here. So you coming into a double dutch getting fucked up. You don't know what you doing. That anime Sasuke shit, all that anime stuff was phony and fake and shit. That shit is us in America. Y'all is not doing that in Japan. We doing that in America. Kakashi and all them. Kakashi stuck as shit. Sasuke like, man, y'all need to catch the fuck up. Y'all lost, nigga. Like, Sasuke the top nigga out there. Kakashi like, damn, yo, Sasuke nice as shit with it now. Can't nobody fuck with Sasuke. Itachi was the first one letting y'all know this shit fucked up. It's so fucked up I can't even talk yet. It's so fucked up. So he played the trick and shit. with the Uchiha clan and shit. Made it look like the whole Uchiha clan died and shit. Looked like dead bodies was on the ground. Wrote you a fake ass history story and shit. But the whole Uchiha clan then eyed themselves to a whole nother teleported to a whole nother fucking world and shit. And been watching the whole anime shit from the back and shit. You can tell that just by watching them and shit. Kamui. How you fucking Kamui that nigga to a dark world and shit? Empty ass dark world and shit on some Obito shit. Damn, so if you can do that and shit, teleport yourself to a world right here, where the fuck everybody else at? Sasuke got the same eye and shit. He be going from world to world to world, teleporting and shit. This nigga went to an alternate world and shit, to the past and shit with the turtle and shit. All that. You felt realizing that you can just teleport and go to different times and worlds and shit. So like on that shit, I'm going all over the place, my nigga. Like I'm all over the place with it. You cannot trust Caucasian Americans as a whole. You can't. But because some of them are good, it fucks you up because you don't know which ones are bad. We can tell because with the blood has the pain, the burn, the rage of the clough is in our energy. The rage of the clough. They cloughed our people and shit. Just took us and shit. It's still there. It burns extremely hot. That's how we still breathing. I'm still breathing and talking to you because my mind is keen as shit. We was not getting outstepped. Like, fuck is you talking about? You're not wiser than me, my nigga. That's like you got the guru, right? The sad guru. He wise as shit. You can't outstep him, nigga. As soon as you say something, he gonna say something to fuck your head up. Now imagine the guru was like, I'm gonna take my people on the ship. We're gonna go to a land far away that's not inhabited because I heard from heaven the thunder and lightning struck down. That's my sign to go and shit. So I listened to heaven and shit. Wise as shit, listen to heaven. Came over there, God revealed himself. You know, he was doing that type shit. The same ancient tip. The same shit that happened in ancient times. I'm tired of these niggas. And then bam, took the people that was following you and y'all went. You know what I'm saying? But you already wise as shit. You came over here, these random ass Caucasian people came over, killing your people with no fucks given. You can't call for help. You so fucking far away. It took you a year and a half to get over this motherfucker. You can't call your people for help or nothing. Can't pick up a fucking iPhone or nothing to save your life. Fuck it. We just gonna have to outstep these niggas. Ain't wiser than me. They got weapons and shit, but you gotta be wise as shit. You gotta be able to squeeze that fucking trigger though. So now you gotta, outstep these niggas. You gotta be serpent the shit out these niggas. And you gotta be cow. You gotta be innocent and you gotta be serpent together, nigga. You gotta be innocent as shit and you gotta be clever as shit. Smooth as shit. You can't, you know what I'm saying? That's how we survive, nigga. They just came over, just start shooting niggas. No questions, no answers, no fucks given. Hey, how you doing? None of that shit. You don't know the story? Niggas came over, right? This is how it happened. Niggas came over. Before they came and hit the land, right? They knew we was already over here because they read books and shit. They clever enough to read books to understand, so they don't get themselves jammed up. So they read history, something that the UK, the royalty of the UK wrote. You know, the Queen is telling you. The Cambridge University, the Apocrypha. They read the Apocrypha or whatever. That was from Cambridge University, the UK. They sent Christopher Columbus over, the Queen, not this Queen, but the earlier Queen. The first one, and then Christopher Columbus came over. He hugged the land and shit. He hugged the land, and then he saw them people fishing and shit. People fishing. He saw they got telescopes and shit, and they saw people on the land and shit. So then what they did was leave, but their dumbasses didn't think that we could tell that they was out there and shit too. But they left, and then when they left. Then they came. No, they pulled up. My fault. It was a mix. Some left and some pulled up. Some left, some pulled up. So the ones that pulled up act innocent and shit. But they was just doing that tourist shit. And we just was looking. We was like lost at sea and shit. Played the lost at sea card. We lost at sea looking for land anywhere, man. I don't know where the fuck I'm at, man. Yeah, but can y'all help me and shit? Which way I go? Playing that card and shit. We like, yeah, real helpful. Like, yeah, you know what? Let's help these people. They really lost that land. They really lost at sea, man. Let's help them out. They was trying to figure. I was wondering why y'all was out there trying to figure out what's going on. You didn't want to just convey. That's very respectful. You ain't just want to come up with somebody's land. Very respectful. I respect these people on something like that. They're like, damn, these people really naive as shit. That's what they thinking because they really ready to kill these motherfuckers for nothing to take the shit because they running from the Queen. So, or not running from the Queen yet, but they already had a plan to run from the Queen. The Queen just didn't know that yet. So some of them, the ones that went back and got poisonous blankets. So they put smallpox in the blankets and shit. So it's poisonous blankets, poisonous food and shit like that, and say, yeah, I sent some of my brothers back to say that it was land here, this, that, and the third, we gonna come and I talk to the people, I don't think they would do harm to us and stuff like that. Same shit that they wanted to do to us. You know, they thinking like we thinking. A peaceful person would think. So you thinking like a peaceful person would think, but you're not peaceful at all. So next thing you know, yeah, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 chop it up, da, da, da. You go back, this, that, and the third, they bring the smallpox blankets and shit, or whatever the case, but they thinking, oh, we just got some warm blankets and shit, thank you so much, got some warm blanket, thank you, because they didn't have blankets and shit, you know, whatever, some stuff and whatever. So they was like taking it as gifts and stuff. Next thing you know, putting their children under the blankets, and stuff like that, getting warm and stuff like that. Sure enough, it start getting poisoned and shit, start dying and shit. Then they was like, oh, they getting sick and shit, they getting sick. As soon as they was getting weak and sick, they start shooting at them and shit. No mercy at all. No mercy. In the middle of their sleep and shit, in the middle of the night. And you had to be on your fucking toes. You couldn't think of nothing. You had to be tippy toes on that shit. You had to be clever. Dipping and dodging. I mean, it's for real. On some sure enough, you ain't got no weapons or nothing. You ain't close to a weapon or nothing. You talking about children and all that gotta be nice. Pocahontas was all about that. My nigga. George of the Jungle was all about that. That nigga George of the Jungle wasn't no Caucasian, man. He was a native swinging through the fucking forest with the monkeys. Fuck that shit. I'm saying, you ain't gonna get me, my nigga. Swinging through the forest. You had to catch me first. Them niggas don't know what the fuck going on. This my father's house. They like, man, this is my land, my nigga. And they went deep into the forest and shit. Got off the coast, went deep into the forest and shit, because there was a bunch of forest and trees everywhere. Went to the forest like, come on out here. Learn how to deal with what was poisonous, what was this, what was that. Start playing these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Start playing these niggas. Sure enough, get the poison on that ass. Start fucking them up. Poison darts, this, that, that. Niggas was surviving, man, nigga. Come back in the forest, come deep into the forest. Went and got the other tribes that don't fuck with us and shit. Led them off to the tribes that don't fuck with us and was like, yo, who the fuck these niggas? Yeah, dipped off and shit. I don't know. Then dip off and shit. Oh, fuck that. So when they start throwing shit at me, start throwing shit at them niggas, and shit was like, yo, what the fuck? And then start just like doing all kind of shit, just like you see in the movies, yo. Was not playing with niggas. We was dark skinned though, my nigga. Not gonna outstep me. Fuck is you talking about? That's how it be. It's the energy still the same, yo. That's why when we see Caucasian people and they have any twinge of negative energy or any twinge of like I want to control you type energy, I'm ready to fucking fight. But I'm at some kind of level of peace because my people as a whole are slaves and they're still fucking stupid. They don't want to come back to the Most High Creator and serve the Most High, the reason we came here, so we can have collective power together. So them motherfuckers still stupid, don't want to know, still calling on a fake ass Jesus and shit. Now I'm like, I'm halted to a degree and shit. I can't be as powerful as I normally could be. You know what I'm saying? But still, the energy is in me. Like, fuck these niggas, man. They cannot outstep us. You got to be able to use those guns first. You know what I'm saying? There's all kind of shit like that. People disrespect ancient ways all the time. I got so much advanced technology that you forget. Ancient, it don't matter if it's advanced or ancient, nigga. You got to be able to use that shit. It's all about you, my nigga, your mind. So it's all that. Sitting duck ass people and shit. America sitting duck ass people for real. They sit there and just shoot guns. They don't move or nothing. So you gotta be shaking and shit. That's the first thing we realized. Them niggas just stand still shooting them things, yo. Then they gotta reload them shits with a stick and shit. Man, fuck that. We can time that shit. Start timing that shit. Coming up on it, give me that shit. Seeing how you use that shit on you. All that shit. Not playing, yo. That's why y'all need to understand the history, how that shit happened, yo. Just a bunch of motherfuckers just not giving a fuck about you, just trying to take your shit. No questions asked or nothing. And they still just like that in America. Still just like that. Just modern day. The children and shit. They stealth around and shit. Looking for ways, looking for reasons, looking for weaknesses and shit like that. They stealth around. Looking for a weakness. Something they can take. Something they can steal. Looking for somebody to not know something or something like that. And they try to fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? They try to fuck you up. Like my phone hacked up. So me saying this information, they stealthing around me and shit. Because they know I'm telling the truth, but because I got a broader audience, I can say this shit with a better balance, because they know that if somebody try to stop me from talking now that I got a bigger audience, it's going to fuck them up. Hold on, why you do that to him? I was getting information. So it proves that what I'm saying is true. Like, damn, he got too much audience and shit. That's why Kim went public. That's why Kim Kardashian went mainstream media. If I get to be famous and shit, I can tell on these niggas and then go to India, then rat these niggas out, and that's we not stupid, my nigga. Fuck is you talking about? It's teamwork. So yeah, we came over here fucked up, and then you got the ancient shit, all that shit, yo. It's just like, yo, fuck these niggas, yo. It's like that. It's like that. Fuck these niggas, yo. Don't nobody want to be doing the shit that they want us to do. It's just crazy. That's how it is. But with the help of the queen, because she said fuck them too. You ain't gonna turn on me and shit. Disrespect the shit out the queen. She the queen. You got some Kamala Harris and shit. Fuck y'all. And that's how it was. So they have no support. America have no support system. They don't got no support system. There's a bunch of motherfuckers inside of America holding on for dear life and shit. Huddling up, trying to get anybody they can shut the fuck up so they can try to. Ain't gonna be no turnaround. It's over now. It's too much social media shit. Too much hacking my shit. Y'all wanted to hack people's shit so much you not realize somebody gonna say some shit that hack the shit too. And now what? You can't stop them. All the secret agents are secret agents together. It's collectively sent to everybody. So some shit is said that you can't stop now. Because you wanted to be so advanced technology to be on everybody and shit. It turned against you. So yeah, yo, that's how I started. Yo, fuck them niggas, not gonna outstep me, my nigga. Fuck that. Niggas got like, it was like got like Jackie Chan out there, motherfucker was fucking niggas up. Wasn't playing with niggas, my nigga. Was not playing with y'all. For real. Last man standing. The most aggressive shit you ever seen. We like them niggas in the Netherlands when they start playing soccer and their eyes start popping out loud, popping out, like they be going crazy with their tongues be hanging out, eyes be popping. We was like that and shit. Some of them was here too. We was like that. Aggressive as shit. I'm the last one standing. All my brothers did. My wife did. My children did. I'm the last one standing. Fuck out of here. Come on. Still ain't going no fucking where. Talking about submitting shit. Fuck you. Made it and shit. Start outstepping niggas. Something happened and shit. Nigga lost his foot for some reason. Slip. Oh shit. Got him. Get him. Got him. Take that shit. Bow. Shoot them niggas. Give me that. Take that shit. Bottom. All that was like shit like that for real. You got to be on your fucking toes. You couldn't be slow, nigga. It's like I'm playing basketball in my youth and shit, and I gotta cross this nigga up. It's just like playing basketball or something. But and one, like fuck you, nigga. Fuck the rule. It became you got to go by the rules. Okay, let's play by the rules. Then it was like fuck y'all niggas. Don't give a fuck about shit. Fuck the rules. I'm and one nigga. I'm hot sauce out this bitch. About to embarrass the shit out you. But it wasn't just. It went from that embarrassment was a level of. Like when you on a basketball court and you embarrass the shit out somebody, make somebody fall, break somebody's ankles and shit, it's the same as I'm fucking doing kung fu like Jackie Chan and I'm fucking you up. Exactly like that, nigga. I was like that too when I was young. I wasn't the nicest, but nigga, I was nice, my nigga. I got moves when I was young. Fuck is you talking about? Just not gonna bust you. Just not gonna bust my ass. A bunch of Mormons came to our hood one time. Came up K Hill to our hood one time. Randomly, they tried to play it. You see how they play it? They had on some dress shoes. I'm like, oh, so you gonna play basketball in some dress shoes? So we gave him the benefit of the doubt. Same story. You came out of nowhere. You came to our hood. How the fuck you even know we was over here? Because it's in the center corner somewhere. But you came in our hood, me and Greg, chilling, hooping together and shit, just shooting the ball around. We hoop ready. Got tennis shoes on. They come with the Jesus Christ tags on, with the dress shoe. I'm 16 years old. First time I met a Mormon. Baltimore, Maryland. Come up there, walk up. Yeah, let's play some ball. I'm like, y'all got some basketball shoes? No, we just got dress shoes. Okay, we'll be a little easy on them and shit. Realized niggas try to play us after that. But we made it a tie. That's how it started, being easy on people. But then realize later on your life getting fucked up. Fuck being easy. You gotta murder these niggas. You gotta overtake these niggas because you trying to be kind of easy. They the only one to murder. They only want to steal, kill, and destroy. They don't give a fuck. They not coming in peace ever. Smile in your face, fuck you for real. Acting like they minding the shit out their business, but they only worried about your business. Looking for a weakness. So that's what it was. But then it got disrespectful because what I realized, the reason why I didn't get outstepped, right? We won actually, but we made it a tie because they had dress shoes on. So I didn't call cash. I didn't say game. I just basically was like, it's a tie. Normally I should have just said, fuck that shit. You should have knew better than to play basketball in dress shoes, but it would have made us look bad, right? We beat a bunch of people, but they had dress shoes on. So what I did was when we first checked up, I knew it was some enemy shit. First checkup, it was some enemy shit because when I checked him up, and he wasn't playing, I'm at the top of the key. Check up, okay. The easy, friendly checkup. Okay. I don't know what you about yet. So then, let's see what's going on. This nigga went way back to the goal and disrespected my jumper. Oh fuck no, I came right in. I didn't feed into his I didn't feed into his deception. Let me see what your jumper like. Nigga, you ain't from around here. They be talking about something. Let me see what your jumper like. Don't ever come to my fucking basketball court in my motherfucking hood talking about something. Let me see what his jumper like. You from fucking middle of the Smithville, Utah. Talking about something. I'm coming to Baltimore, Maryland. Coming to K Hill in the hood. Let me see what his jumper like on the first checkup and shit. You ain't got no jumper. Fuck is you. Fuck out of here. Came right in the hole. I did a stop and pop. Came into the hole, stop and pop, but I didn't stop and pop. I leaned in with it. Bump chest with that nigga. Came in, bump chest with that nigga. Disrespected the shit out of his fingertips. It was like, fuck your fingertips, nigga. Off the glass. That's first. No, make it take it, my nigga. Make it take it. Make it take it out here. You gotta stop us first. So you gotta stop us to get the ball. You ain't gonna just get the ball on no. Fuck that. You want our shit. Bust that ass, my nigga. I beat that nigga with a no-look jumper, my nigga. I hit that nigga with a side step. I stepped back on the side of the what I did, I ran in. What I drove in, did a step back. Yeah, I drove in, did a step back to the side of the key and hit a mid-range jumper or whatever. But I didn't look at the rim. I looked at him in his eyes and shot the jumper. Nothing but cuff. Nothing but cuff, man, nigga. Nothing but net. Nothing but net, my nigga, on some Steph Curry shit. Fuck is you doing? I ain't even look at the goal. Greg was like, damn, ain't yo, he looked at it. My friend Greg knew I had the intent of like not playing with this nigga. Like, don't ever do that shit in somebody else's hood. That's disrespectful as shit. I bust his ass, nigga, sidestep. He had his hands all in my face and everything. He got like, he all the way up near the ball and shit. Like, yeah, you could block it if you was close enough. You almost got the block. You know what I'm saying? He way up there. So I'm like looking at him in his eyes, my nigga, and shot the ball with his hand right there by the ball, man. Nothing but net. And then just kept looking at his ass. Then he looked at me, he was like, and I'm looking at him like, my nigga, if you don't get the fuck off my basketball court before I fuck you up, I don't ever check up on the first checkup and then go all the way back to the paint and shit on some let me see what your jumper like. Fuck is you talking about? So they left and shit. We'll make it a tie, my nigga, because you got dress shoes on and shit. But yeah, Greg wasn't that nice yet, but he was tall. So he can get in the hole and get the two and shit, get the two. He was still learning. He was just getting nice with dribbling and shit. Just starting to get nice with dribbling. So I was like, yeah, he good enough and shit. I was nice. If we had Baldy up there, it would have been a slaughter. If we had Baldy up there, Baldy wasn't up there. Just me and Greg. We held it down. They kicked them niggas right off the court. Don't ever come to our court, our hood, our court talking about some off the first checkup. I'm moving to the back of the paint and shit. You ain't got no jump at the top of the key. Let me see what your jumper like. Fuck out of here. It's our court, nigga. Bump chest out the mid range. Bump chest, nigga. Oof. He fall back and shit. Boof. Fuck out of here. She's talking about. So yes, we don't like Caucasian people that's with that agenda, but we can tell on sight when they're a problem and shit. We can just tell, you know, because we've been here so long, so much shit didn't happen. It's the same energy. So basketball is like the ancient times when they first came and we had to survive and shit. You was not gonna bust my ass, my nigga. Fuck is you talking? I'm gonna fuck you up out here. You was not gonna outstep me, my nigga. Doing all kind of shit. He trying to keep up and all that shit. I'm fucking him up. But he getting moves and shit too. Cause I'm like, okay, he got a little bit of moves and shit with the dress shoes on and shit. It's like I'm lowering my level because he got dress shoes on and I don't want to overdo it and shit, hurt his feet and shit. But then I started realizing, like, fuck that, I'm gonna just bust his ass. Because I'm seeing how he playing it. You acting like you can't play like that, or you play real good, but you got dress shoes on so you can, you know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck out of here. Like, you shouldn't have never did that on the first checkup and shit. So I bust his ass. At the same time, I was trying to see what he was about, you know. But Greg kept giving the ball to me, like, yo, you got it, because he saw I wasn't playing. Greg knew I had like a killer intent. When we played basketball back in the day, you had to have a killer intent, except with your brothers. You don't have that killer instinct with your brothers. You just kind of like honing each other's skills or like training to do kung fu and shit. But when they came up there, it was a killer instinct. Like, it was a killer intent. I didn't have an intent to like be friendly to this nigga because how we checked it up. I had a killer intent. Like, every move was trying to kill this nigga. I'm trying to break his ankles, make him fall, all that shit. Embarrass the shit out of him, make him look that way and that way. Damn, my nigga, why you looking that way? I'm over here. I'm at the basket. That's what it's like. You gotta fuck these niggas up. Break ankles, do this, make moves. Damn, what you doing over? Ain't nothing over there, my nigga. Come on. You gotta be like that. That's how you gotta be when you come to America. Fuck is you talking about? Straight snake on these niggas. Fuck is you talking about, my nigga? And survive. And that's how the survival started. You're not gonna outstep me, my nigga. And sure enough, we survived. Went way back into the forest and the areas and shit, and just hid out. They were scared to come way back in the forest at first, but they still gonna try to be brave enough to come back there with weapons and shit, using niggas to try to betray us and shit. Sure enough, we was, making do and shit. Just kept pushing back and back and back until we got cornered in reservations and shit. Now they done took the shit over. We was like, man, well, y'all stay the fuck out there, cause I just like it's just 5 of us. I'm still gonna bust your fucking ass, my nigga. Stay fucking. They feel that shit. It's like no mercy, but it's like now like lies and deceptions. You don't want to tell the truth, so stay the fuck away from me before I expose the shit out your ass. But it's like our people are calling to us, so now it's like fuck that. I'm coming out there. Fuck it. It's 5 of us, but it's like 1 million of them literally. Fuck it. They got a whole system and shit. Look like the Matrix. They got cities and buildings. I'm coming out there. I don't give a fuck. They ain't gonna outstep me still, nigga. Fuck did you mean? So like we even disrespect the English language and all that. Fuck as you mean? You mean what the fuck do you know? Fuck as you mean, my nigga? Fuck that language. I speak broken English. You mean broken English? No, broke it English. I broke it. Fuck it. Broken English, nigga. Fuck as you mean? So we all that. So you can't be easy on them, yo. When you find one, when you find a bad one, you can't be easy. But people that are the good ones that be helping you, they just want you to see that they really mean well. So you need people that understand that to help you. Like for example, like the professor and shit. He mean really well. He really good. He really good for real. You know what I'm saying? But well, it's really no but he's really good. You know what I'm saying? If somebody came across and was like with that angry shit, you would have to have somebody to help you if you don't know the history that was happening. Professor good, yo. He's one of the ones that helped us out and shit. Had to learn how to know who to trust and shit. We had certain kinds of ways we knew who to trust and shit, like cursing people almost. Like if you get close enough to us, if you don't mean well, something will happen to you. To let us know that you're not good or you don't mean well, you're not our family or some shit, and we know to just go all out on your ass. If that one little trigger let us know that you're not good, we're gonna murder the shit out you. We not gonna think. We don't think, we don't talk, we don't ask nothing. If the triggers don't work right, we're gonna fucking kill you. Or we not gonna, it's how it is. So that's how it was when I met the Aztec. I don't know, ain't no triggers, ain't no hand signs, no hand signals, no nothing, no side looks, no eyes, no nothing. It's just straight up, just as soon as I come and I see you out of eye contact, instantly we already know. We shaking. Don't let them niggas outstep you. I see Caucasian people and I see a native. Instantly I walk in there, out of eye contact, kill these niggas. First thing we thinking, and the only thing we thinking, get the fuck out of our land. Cause not gonna let these niggas, it's like it's only 2 of us and it's literally 1,000 of y'all. Literally. We ain't no time for talking. Ain't no time for, just move, my nigga. Just move off the blood only. Move off the blood only. Fuck these niggas. And survive, my nigga. That's how we survive. They start bringing people over and shit. Fuck that. Mix with the brown people. Mix with we like, fuck that. And so we survive. I'm from the East Coast, my nigga. We survive, my nigga. The story started over there where we at. The heat of the shit over there where we at, nigga. On the West Coast over here, I don't know what the story is. Y'all gotta tell me. Cause the fuck, I be scared. But yeah, yo. I had to say all that. I had to. Cause it's time, you got the people of the ancestors in the blood of our people back in India and the areas like Lebanon, Palestine. The blood of the ancestors are crying out for the people that left in ancient times. So it's running through the descendants. So us today are still living the fear and the pain and the, all of that stuff. We're living it. So it needs to be told. Stop fucking thinking. Just kill these niggas. Fuck is you talking about? You thinking for? Fuck what he talking about? They got all kinds of weapons and shit. All kinds of missiles and bombs. They can roll up on you and do all kind of shit. That's why Kim was trying to tell you it's about the media. It's about them being exposed because they can't fight the world. America's enemies with the whole world. You got to put that shit on TV where you got to be in Hollywood with that shit so everybody in the world can see, so then they'll cower down. They hide behind flags, my nigga. They hide behind flags of different nations. You just don't know that, so you got to put that shit out there some kind of way, let y'all know. Fuck these niggas, just kill them on sight. Fuck, if we had a military, boy, what the fuck are you talking about? We start shooting them down. No, we would not. No, it's no talking. Y'all coming over here talking and shit. Hiroshima, Nagasaki and shit. They the only ones that's like Japan, the only ones that's still like with us and shit. And then some of the ones from the South and shit, Spanish people, they still in tune. You know, some people. But it's like, yo, fuck it. If we had to just start killing niggas, yo, some people be slow as shit. But yeah, man. It's all about serving the Most High. And if you serve the Most High Creator, then you can outstep him the right way. Because two wrongs don't make a right. So that's what's been holding everything up. Even though the whole world is against America, it's holding us up because people ain't living holy for themselves. So America play that shit on you. Well, you ain't no better than me and shit. You know, throw that shit back on you. So that's what the Queen was trying to help y'all understand. We need to find a way. We need to find a holy way. The only way to do it is to free the slaves. That's what she knew. She's that fucking angry at the betrayal that happened. She's that angry. So she said the only way to do it is to free the slaves. That's why they put it in the Game of Thrones. You gotta free the slaves. You have to. Ain't nobody cool. You look at Princess Kate, Princess Catherine, Princess Anna. They is not cool. They is not at peace. They not cool with America, my nigga. They ready to murder the shit out of the niggas, but they hide behind flags. Okay, you can keep hiding behind flags and shit, but we got your number and shit. What you gonna say to us and shit? I'm Princess Anna, my nigga. What the fuck you gonna say to me? Nothing, my nigga. I run shit over here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? I'll off with the, you know, that's how they feel. I'll off with your head on sight. That's how the energy is. I'm off with your fucking head. Just on sight, and the people next to you like, damn, why the fuck you slice his head off like that? You ain't even say hi, nothing else. What the fuck wrong with you, man? You thinking they guilty and shit. No, you just don't know the history. What's going on here? Why I just slice his fucking head off out of nowhere like that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, what I don't know and shit, that's crazy. You just can't do that to people. Then you sit the person down, teach them some history and shit. I'm like, oh shit. Right. Now you understand. Everybody acting cordial. Everybody got poker face. You're not knowing what the fuck going on here. It's not no get them before it's not a get them before they get me type situation. It's all slaughter these niggas. These niggas is crazy. They don't want to free the people. They still want to make, you know, use black people for tax money and shit. They don't want to let the people be free and shit. At all. So yeah, you can't be cool with them people as long as the America keep people slaves or keep the natives, Indian slaves, and the Hebrew people slaves. It fucks them up. The Queen took the hit for everybody and told King Charles to step up. She took the hit. Somebody got to take the hit so that the UK could be free from the guilt of slavery, because America still want to hold people slaves, talking about some make America great again on slavery. No, my nigga, no. The Queen died for it. Now King Charles is instead. And so here it is. He's free from the guilt of slavery. He good. So y'all done for, my nigga. It's over. They got a clean slate. The royalty got all this, I don't want to follow the monarch shit. They got a clean slate. Now they can outstep you. At first, both of y'all was guilty of slavery. Well, you know better than me and shit. Y'all rode 500 plus years on, you know better than me. You holier than thou shit. Now it's over with. That holier than thou shit over with. They about to fuck you up. Don't look at me. I'm just talking. They gonna fuck you straight up. It's better to be afraid and change and stop before the world just, you know what I'm saying? America got nukes and bombs, but the world got bombs too, nigga. Just drop all them shits on y'all and shit. So y'all just, what I'm saying, man, understand. It's not a peaceful situation. Ain't nobody cool. Nobody cordial. Don't nobody want to hear that I'm free in my country, but my people are natives over here and they're slaves to you. Don't nobody want to hear that shit, and you still chilling and cool and shit like that. Talking about get a passport. You got police officers. You got all kinds of people and shit and authority and shit trying to run shit. And it's like, yo, they not giving a fuck about that. They just tripping. They tripping right now. How the fuck they frozen? They petrified. They stuck. Like, I'm stuck on stupid. How the fuck my native Indian people, my people that are Indians are native here, but they're slaves and shit to you. And I say they can come home. I said they can come home. They can come home because I said they can come home. I'm in charge. What the fuck is you talking about? They can come home because I fucking said so. I'm royalty over here. They like, nah, we can't. Who the fuck is these niggas? So the next thing they start popping up at the UK and shit. It's the Queen like, yeah, them niggas crazy. Yo, they don't give a fuck about nobody royalty. These your people. They answer to you, right? So sure enough, they like, no, fuck that. They our people. They our slaves and shit. You got to fight for them and shit. And they start using guilt against you. If you really wanted them, you would have never did this. And you do cow worship, they start using your own guilt against you and shit, holding you back, trying to drown your energy from being hot and angry and shit. But whatever the case, over here, Now you gotta be spicy, my nigga. You gotta be spicy. That's how we survive. People never tell you that. You see a brown person in America, like a black man, oh, he's a black American man, or he's a Hebrew man, or he's a Native Indian. If you see a Native Indian in America, them niggas, they survive on like instinct shit. All of a sudden, these niggas drew weapons fast as shit. They drew weapons fast as lightning. You had to be fast as that. Oh shit, start moving and shit. Oh shit, they just as fast as us. Yeah, instinct shit. We survive, my nigga. Ain't no thinking. Get these niggas moving and shit. Ain't no getting hit. Fuck getting hit. Fuck these niggas. Move. Start getting niggas setting traps and all kind of shit in the forest and all that. Fuck are these niggas talking about? These niggas crying over a fucking Jeep Compass. Fuck a Jeep Compass, nigga. I'll take it. Niggas want to blow the whole fucking shit up. You crying over a Compass and shit, trying to make it a game and shit. It's not a game. Ain't no native or no indigenous person giving a fuck about a Jeep Compass, and you want to be talking some Gulf of America because you took a Jeep Compass and shit. A Jeep Compass, you cannot equate that to the fucking ocean. We gonna call it Gulf of America because this guy got a Jeep Compass and shit. They want you to turn on me. If it's that fucking bad, he gotta be that important. Niggas ain't stupid. It's like, yo, we about to kill y'all niggas. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Put a Jeep Compass in comparison to the Gulf of Mexico and then changes the Gulf of America. Already knowing niggas don't fuck with you and shit. Is he native? He a native. All right, motherfucker, we don't give a fuck still. Whether they took the Jeep or didn't take the Jeep, niggas still feel the same way. Just trying to get rid of you, like just trying to kill you. Nobody got time for talking and shit. The only thing is the disconnect of different branches of tribes, because all the tribes that were indigenous here feel the same way about the colonizers, but we were not in pack with each other. So we slow with each other. That's all. We just slow with each other. But we still have the same rage and envy, or not envy, but the same rage and enmity with the Caucasian colonizers that came over here. And the queen said, fuck it, fuck them niggas. So we started helping the queen and shit. So who would I answer to? You or the queen? The person that got charged over you? Because then you're going to say some disrespectful shit about the queen through me, or because I stand for the queen, or fuck you because of the queen. They're going to be looking at that shit like, damn, you going to fuck him up and torment him because he said he stand for King Charles? So they mocking you and shit. About to betray the shit out of America. Like, y'all niggas need to be scared of shit for a chance, nigga. Finally be scared of shit. Niggas tired of y'all. Keep taxing us and charging us money and shit. Niggas trying to be free all the way. Nigga, let me just live for free. Give me that shit. All these vacant ass houses and homes, water faucets, all this shit going on. Water, food, clothes, this, that, all this shit just out here. Fuck is you talking? Got flea markets and shit. All kind of shit. Goodwill, clothes, and y'all got too much shit going on in America. They keep be charging people. People can live for free. You got car dealerships. Cars don't even be getting started. Them shits just be sitting on the fucking parking lot. They gotta take them back to the factories because they sit there too long. Y'all got too much shit to not be living free, my nigga. So no, nobody got time for that. So with that said, I'm gonna let it go, y'all. Shabbat shalom.